Gosh, it's so quiet on my end. It's weird. Ghostly almost. Hello, everyone. Hello. I had to change my shirt because the shirt that I had planned to wear today was a Dragon Ball Z shirt, which was blue, by the way. I have a green screen. As you can see, I'm in B's room. And which is my favorite background I've been using. I don't know, there's something about it that just feels very fitting. But I had a blue shirt on and it made me look like a detached head, and it was a bit distracting, just a little bit. Hi. So I ended up changing into my Johnny Cage shirt, which is not really fitting for the occasion in any way, but I like it a lot. Because even my husband, it was given to me by my other husband. Living my best Genesis life. With multiple husbands just lined up. I don't know. I'm in a weird spot at the moment. I'm gonna say this, but I don't want anybody to like feel sad or anything. I think it'll just give context to where my head's at. Is I got fired yesterday from my job. So I'm unemployed at the moment. So I'm like between streaming and just enjoying myself and, filling out applications and worrying about my life and all that stuff. It's fine. Ultimately, it's fine. I'm not gonna like not eat or have a roof over my head or anything. Like I'll be fine. It's just more like getting used to not working constantly every day. So there's that. It's part of the reason why I didn't stream last night was I was just kind of in a place and I was like, I don't know if I could do this today, and so I didn't. And I'm glad that I did that. I slept on and I feel fine today. I feel as good as you can feel regarding all that. But I'm fine. I had a chocolate milk, and we're gonna be playing some games today, so it's gonna be fun. One of which is Seaside which was what I was supposed to stream last night. So I was like, okay, Lord Elias, get the out of here. And then Chime was like, also, I'm releasing a game today. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll tack that on because it's not very long. So, from what I saw. So, and usually I get through every Chime game like very quickly, knowing, not that I like rush it. You know what I mean. I gotta clean my glasses. So yeah, I'm in like it all over. Don't, like I said, don't feel sorry or like anything. I promise. It's just more like I'm kind of like, oh, okay, so life happened, and so we're here. But I will be fine. I'm just cleaning my glasses. I hope everybody else is doing pretty good though, regardless. I'm always one who's like make the best out of a bad situation or just like a situation you weren't expecting to find yourself in. So, that's what we're gonna do. Like something I did was not happy about when I did work a lot was I had a lack of free time to do the things I want to do. So I'll just make the best of that, and I have excess free time now. So yippee! It's gonna be fun. Okay, so enough about that. Even though if I make some jokes about it, that's just me coping because that's what you do. Okay. We're gonna play the game and listen to some music. Okay, so I'm under the assumption pretty much everybody here except me has played the game somehow, even though it's been out for legit a singular day. Whether it was because you guys like beta tested it or anything like that, I'm just like, okay, I'm behind somehow. So here are the content warnings of the game. Hello, I have not played it yet. Okay, cool. Me and Hero in the same boat. Let's go. The game involves triggering content around pseudo-incest, teenager grooming, suicide attempt, and symbolic rape. Everybody's favorite. Starting off strong.
Why does she want to talk to me?
I didn't know we were jumping straight into it, but okay. Did we hear the voice good? I could always play it back if need be. I think I'm just going to leave it like all loud, and then I'll turn it down on my end if I need to. Actually, the desktop audio isn't picking up. Let me see. Back?
I don't know.
Back didn't go.
Inoni just told me the queen was asking for you. I suppose she wants to talk about the death of your father.
Sorry, my brain was like lagging there for a second. Okay, H goes. Not me not knowing the Renpai stuff. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Why does she want to talk to me?
Okay, that's it. I just wanted to hear the voice again and get back into it. I think the sound could be louder. Okay, yeah, let me, on the desktop, it's a bit soft. Yeah, let's bring her up. There's no music, so it's a little bit hard to test it at the moment, but it should be fine.
I don't know. Inoni just told me the Queen was asking for you. I suppose she wants to talk about the death of your father.
And nothing else.
Right. She is now a widow after all. She must be suffering.
Yeah, there's no way we're not all going to be able to hear the voice acting here. I will not allow it. It will not be the case, I promise. That will not come to pass. The young Prince of Athens admitted, looking at the golden door in front of him, separating him from the Queen's quarters. He sighed. Good morning,
I will find you when
Gray.
the discussion is over, so that we can prepare our departure to find my father, alive or dead. Thanks, the Ramenese.
Of course.
The prince's confidant answered, an encouraging smile on his face as he watched Hippolytus, had to remember how to pronounce it, open the door. How much worse... What was... Okay. Can we hear? Let's make sure we hear the voice acting. I forget how to pronounce it, so the names too. I mean, I was about to say, how much worse would it be if I just pronounce it as like hippo lettuce the whole time, and it's just like that would just ruin the game. Like, this is such a nice intro. Okay, we're getting cinematic this time. Not that it wasn't cinematic before, but it was. I hope you guys had played the previous two games. Otherwise, half of this ain't gonna make any sense. I mean, maybe it will. Who knows? But it's definitely heightened by playing the other two games already. When he entered the room, he saw the alarmed face of Phaedra, his stepmother, Queen of Athens. Hippolytus stayed silent, looking at this woman who had bullied him for years, being the reason he had to leave Athens and stay in Trojan. Not her bullying him like they're on a playground and shit. Grow up. You know, like, and in many other ways grow up, but also, like... In the end, Hippolytus grew accustomed to the tranquility of the woods and would rather spend time there in a court. He knew, however, that Phaedra did not send him there out of kindness. And yet for the first time, she appeared vulnerable to him. He felt pity gaining his heart, imagining the pain she must have been suffering from. She was a widow and her sons had no father to protect them. The queen could not look away either. Her stepson's youthful traits captured her eyes, and she saw in his eyes all the crackling of the flame burning inside her. When she felt her wet nurse's hand on her shoulder, she managed to whisper, almost inaudibly,
"Here he is. All my blood retreats into my heart. What was I supposed to tell him?"
Okay, not me feeling sympathy for her for like a split second because of the voice performance alone. That's it. That's it. That was it. Okay, that is high quality right there.
Remember your sons, whose only hope you are.
Thank you. I like that she shifted the back too. Phaedra gulped, clenching her fist. Her sons. She had to make sure Hippolytus would not punish them for all the harm she had caused in the past. She lowered her head as to empty it, before holding it high, as she was used to doing as the Queen of Athens.
"I heard that a prompt departure will take you away from us. Let me join my tears to your pain, and let me explain my fears about my sons. Their father is now gone, and they will be witnesses of my own death only in a few days. Their childhood is already attacked by thousands of enemies, and you are the only one who can protect them. But I fear that I closed your ears to their screams, and that your just anger pursues in them all the hatred you have for me."
Hippolytus looked on the side, confused. Did he hate Phaedra? He knew for a fact that he did not appreciate her, and that she had wronged him. However, perhaps his feelings were closer to indifference than they were to hatred. Choosing to keep the details, he simply answered,
I haven't got feelings this low, Phaedra.
That's a good answer. Kinda ate with that.
Oh, if you hated me, I would not complain. I was a declared enemy of yours, claimed it privately and publicly, refused to endure hearing the sound of your name, wanted to be separated from this name by seas. Yet, if you can read the depths of my heart, and if only hatred can attract further hate, no woman was ever worthier of pity, and less deserving of your enmity.
The blonde prince blinked, barely understanding the words coming from Phaedra's mouth. She did not hate him. What were all these years of persecution for? Were they just for her son's interest? Hippolytus thought it might have been the reason, and an understandable one. He did not want to shove her away, not when she was making the first step to admitting her attitude, and was already dying. Without directly looking at Phaedra, he nodded, crossing his arms.
I understand. A mother, jealous of the rights of her children, rarely tolerates the son of another wife. Inopportune suspicions are the most common fruits of a second union. In your place, anyone would have taken umbrage, and perhaps I would have suffered from even more offense.
Being very charitable.
All the gods, whom I take as witnesses, made me an exception to this common rule.
I hope that the music's not overpowering the voice lines. I mean, it's not for me, but I'll turn it down just in case. Just in case. Even though the music's going hard, of course. Yes, he's a nice boy. But very simply.
A different matter troubles and consumes me.
Tell us about it.
Don't feel troubled yet. Perhaps...
Hippolytus looked at her, and her expression was a twist of pain and of something sweeter, or more passionate, that she felt inside. Certainly her love for Theseus, he naively thought. He wanted to comfort her. She was pitiful, and he could not help but think it was his duty as Theseus's oldest son.
Perhaps your husband still sees the light of day. Poseidon protects him, and this tutelary god won't be invoked in vain by my father.
Yes, for some reason the music here goes Disney villain to me. It is very Disney villain, but it's feeling like a very specific breed of Disney villain, which is like post-2000 or pre-2000s. Like I'm thinking like Sleeping Beauty. Like that's what it reminds me of. Like
nobody has ever seen the shores of death twice, Hippolytus.
Phaedra's voice was dark, deep, and instead of her vulnerability and struggles, it was her royalty which spoke.
Since Theseus has reached this somber coastline, you hope in vain that he will come back to you. The greedy Acheron never lets go of its prey.
How awkward would it be if Theseus did come back? Like this all happens, right? We know it happens how we know it's about to happen, and like he just shows back up and he's like, hey, how weird would that be, huh? The queen, refusing to vainly believe in her husband's survival and wanting to state it firmly, looked at Hippolytus's confused expression. Sleeping Beauty music is by Tchaikovsky, so that would explain it. Yeah. Okay, well, I actually didn't know that, so at least not off the top of my head, so that did feel very Tchaikovsky. It just, yeah, it feels theatrical, it feels Nutcracker-y. So that makes sense. She loved his traits. He looked like Theseus when he was younger, but had something wilder, more impetuous that she enjoyed.
No.
At least one of us.
He is not dead, since he breathes in you.
He lives in you. I love Lion King 2. One fact about me is I am a Lion King 2 defender. If I'm alive, there will always be a Lion King 2 fan, and that's me. If I am dead, there are no fans. Like, enjoy in the play. Theseus does come back. Does he really? What? Holy shit. I didn't know. The tea's hot. Okay, now I need to read Phaedra. As if these hadn't convinced me already. It's like, okay, that was the tipping point. I need to know. More than the first one, actually? Bold. I mean, I definitely watched it more than the first one because romance. But I don't know if it's better. I'd have to I'd have to really sit on that, actually. I'd love to, I have free time now. Maybe I'll sit down and analyze both and which one is my favorite. I even like 1.5. Lion King series is just good. But yeah, 2's very good. No, he's not dead since he breathes in you.
It is as if my husband were here, before my eyes. I see him. I speak to him. And my heart.
Also, I'm calling bullshit on this. Like, I could be wrong, but my interpretation of this character, okay, yeah, she could blame it on the fact that, like, her husband just died, and, like, you know, stepson or whatever, and that relation is why she's attracted to him. It's not about that, though. It's about, like, control and, like, some weird fetishy thing. Like, I don't think it's actually connected to, like, her caring about her husband. I just feel like that's bullshit. I just don't think that's true. Sorry. I could be wrong, but that's my interpretation. Like, just on how I understand predatorial relationships, I don't think that is, like, really a factor. It's like why, whatever. It's like how, you know, pedophiles aren't, like, gay if they seek after boys, because it's like, it's not about the child's gender, it's about them being a child. Like, that's what it's about. So that's what I was just thinking. I wouldn't say Lion King 2 but is better than the first, but I still prefer it. Okay, that's fair. I think on the prefer line, I also prefer it more. Yeah, I guess just based off of how they're produced, like, one isn't comparable to the other in that sense. This is like the one actress who did this exact thing, except I think the husband was still alive. What case is that? Holy shit, the tea's everywhere. I see him, I speak to him in my heart. Phaedra took a step back, her hand holding the fabric of her sheetan, realizing she was about to reveal her forbidden feelings for the stepson she was in love with. Yeah, let's just hold that one in. Let's just let that die with us, I think. Does Lion King 2 have that song where the animals go super intense, like deception, disgrace? He was his wings, the scar on his face. Yeah, that shit goes hard. That entire man, I wish on Twitch I was allowed to just watch movies. I would watch it right now. Gosh, Kovu, we're not going to talk about Kovu because it opens up it's like a can of worms. It's going to put me in a Phaedra situation here if I have to talk about my feelings about Kovu and what that did to my life. She shook her head until under Hippolytus' raised eyebrow.
I digress. My crazed ardor speaks in spite of me.
The music is getting even more intense, which it should, because, girl, what you saying? Hippolytus could not hide his skepticism as a thought started emerging in his mind. Comparing him to her husband, his father, the steps she took towards him before stepping back. Could she be... He shook his head, as Phaedra did a few seconds ago. No, it was an impure thought, and he felt ashamed for letting it form in his mind. And yet, this nagging thought, doubt, he just needed confirmation.
I see the prodigious effect of your love. Even though he is dead, you still see Theseus. Your soul is still inflamed with love.
Yes, Prince. I languish. I burn for...
The queen almost screamed, taking a step towards Hippolytus. Before interrupting herself, she gulped, trying to collect her thoughts.
Theseus.
Great performance, but that gulp made my skin crawl.
I love him. But not as hell has seen him. A fickle worshipper of thousands of objects, coming to dishonor the bed of the god of the dead. No. I love him faithful, proud, and even wild.
Now she's just telling herself. Like, she's not even talking to him. Like...
Charming, young, drawing all the hearts behind him. Such as one depicts the gods. Or, as I see you.
Hippolytus' eyes slowly widened with horror as he took a step back. Also, I find it funny that they're taking steps back and forth because they're stepson and stepmother. That's big brain. I'm just joking. That's ridiculous. Phaedra approached him closer than she had ever been to inspect his traits from closer.
He had your bearing, your eyes, your language.
This expression does a good job of making me... This is me. Tag yourself, me.
That noble modesty colored his face when he sailed across our Cretan waters, worthy object of Minos' daughter's desire.
The young prince wanted to run away, to find an escape from this woman who was progressively pinning him against a wall. He never saw such an expression on her face. She looked entranced, as if a force stronger than her was speaking instead.
What were you doing then? Why, without Hippolytus, did he gather the flower of Greek heroes? Why, too young then, could you not embark upon the ship that set him upon our shores? The monster of Crete would have died by your hand, despite the numerous windings of his vast retreat. To make sure you achieved that goal, my sister would have put the fatal thread in your hand.
And then an instant of silence. Hippolytus thought he could breathe. He thought Phaedra would realize she was going too far. Perhaps Theseus's death made her lose all reason, but he hoped she would still manage to realize, even for an instant, that she was soiling him and her. But instead, Phaedra screamed, grabbing Hippolytus's face with her hand. Let's not do that.
I would have outstripped her. Love would have inspired the thought to me.
Oh, I love this callback.
It is I, Prince. It is I whose useful help would have taught you the way through the labyrinth. With what care would I have cherished your dear head? A thread would not have reassured your lover enough.
Phaedra then took Hippolytus's hand, walking around the room, her gaze lost in the horizon, as if she had found herself in the labyrinth, with Hippolytus at his side, looking for the Minotaur.
Bride to the peril you had to go through. I would myself have asked to walk in front of you.
I wish you would have.
And Phaedra, coming down to the labyrinth with you, would have returned or perished by your side.
We're gonna need some bug spray. That was the little straw breaking the camel's back for the young prince. And us. He pushed Phaedra away from him. His cheeks reddened with anger, his hand burning with the impurity she left on it.
Gods! What am I hearing? Phaedra, do you forget that Theseus is my father and your husband?
Recently dead husband, by the way. Phaedra looked at the cold floor. Hippolytus threw her onto. Clumsily standing up, trying to hide her shame, she just answered, using her regal voice again.
And what makes you think I forgot about it, Prince? Would I have lost all care for my glory?
Guys, I'm scared. If Hippolytus's cheeks were still red, it was not because of anger, but of shame and remorse. For what? Self-defense? Phaedra was just reliving moments with her husband, rejecting herself in her own sister's shoes. There was nothing more to it. When she complimented his face, she was seeing Theseus, and Hippolytus dared to think she was talking about him. He dared to believe his stepmother would develop a shameful love for him. He felt dishonored, disgusting for having had such a thought. He who took pride in his purity and virtue was able to create such horrendous and vile scenarios. It's okay, it's about to be confirmed for you, my dear. Fully like a Shakespeare play, she was not waiting until the body is cold. Not even 2 feet in the ground. Yandere eyes? Okay, I noticed something recently. A lot of yanderes, not all, obviously, but a lot have purple coloring. I don't know what that is. I'm even guilty of it. Like, I have a character coming up who is a purple yandere, and I'm like, okay, hold up. Why is this? Where is the trend? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, yeah. It's everywhere. Just take a second and look inward and you'll be like, hold up. It makes a little bit too much sense. He felt dishonored. Oh, okay. My bad. I read that.
Phaedra, please forgive me.
Damn, I keep forgetting my Twitch password. Oh, Len, hello. I'm glad you remembered. Oh, poor Hippolytus.
I confess, blushing, that I falsely accused innocent words.
No, don't cry. No. His vision started to get blurry at the thought he was certainly as vile as others, as distorted, as perverted. He brought his hand to his mouth, which still felt acid after his false accusations.
My shame can no longer endure your vision, and I go.
Yo, the music was perfect just then, holy shit. But before he could even move, Phaedra jumped onto him like a spider and grabbing his arm as she fell on her knees.
Oh, you cruel, You've listened for too long.
Let go of me!
I've told you enough to undeceive you. Then know Phaedra and all her fury.
I don't want to know Phaedra and all the fury. She's so intense, yeah!
I love you.
The feeling is not mutual. She screamed, shouted those words which froze Hippolytus, and cracked the statue behind him. He did not misunderstand. His virtue was still intact. But at what cost? At what cost? Which one's worse? He was unable to speak, unable to run away.
Do not think that, while I love, innocent in my eyes, I approve of myself.
You really shouldn't. A bull screwing mother! Hippolytus tried to step back, but as an answer, Phaedra's grip on his arm got firmer.
Do not think that my feeble complacency has fed the poison of my wild love. Unfortunate object of celestial vengeance, I abhor myself more than you detest me.
You want to bet? You want to bet? I don't think so. I don't think you have enough self-hatred, actually. That's just my take. Just my take. I think if you hated yourself a little bit more, you might want to take a knife and just... That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Sword. Fall onto a sword, my dear. That's what I'm trying to say. The young prince, whose eyes were wide open with horror, managed to shove her away, making Phaedra fall into the marble floor again. Get wrecked. He was boiling with horror and frozen with fear.
I said, let go of me!
He did say that.
May the gods be my witnesses. Those gods who lit up in my side this fire, fatal to all my race. Those gods who find cruel glory in enchanting the heart of a weak mortal.
Okay, this is giving me big Frollo vibes, you know? From Hunchback of Notre Dame, I'm getting that. Just like, okay, who are we really blaming here? Like, it's hellfire all over again. But yes, the animation is going off. On her knees, still on the floor, Phaedra looked at Hippolytus with anger. Messy hair strands were hiding part of her face. The prince was frightened by her furious eyes.
Recall all the past years in your mind. I didn't just avoid you. I exiled you. I wanted you to find me odious, inhuman. To resist your charms, I have sought your hate.
We didn't really like you before, though.
What have these useless efforts brought me? You hated me more, but I loved no less. Your misfortune even made you more charming.
What's that TikTok meme right now where it's like, all that work and what did it get me? That's what she's having. She's having the fucking Rose moment right now. Like, all right, lady, you did this to yourself. I don't know what to tell you. Your misfortune even made you more charming. All right. All right. This realization made the queen lie down on the floor, her eyes looking at the ceiling as if it were the entirety of the stars above her, mocking her. No, that's just us. That's just chat. We're all the stars right now, and we're like, sucks to suck, I guess. She bit her lower lip in frustration, frustrated not to be able to fight against his love, frustrated not to be able to hide it, frustrated at the gods who punished her for the son's crime.
I languished. I withered. In fires. In tears.
She turned her head towards Hippolytus. A weak smile appeared on her face.
Your eyes would be enough to persuade you of it.
Hippolytus did not look at her. I pretend I do not see. He looked the other way, tried to find an escape. Phaedra sighed in sadness.
If those eyes could look at me for an instant.
Not me like this. The last sentence made Phaedra jolt, and she quickly got back on her feet. Okay, this quick personality switching is like so boo, yeah. Oh my goodness. We're all in this together. Oh my gosh, that goes so well. He's like the monkey meme where he hurts his gaze. No, for real. Where she was revealing the unutterable, my bad, utter cow bull, the dots, when she would instead find a place to hide and die. She shook her head, walking towards Hippolytus.
What am I saying? This shameful confession I just made. Do you think it is voluntary?
What a question. Yes.
I just came trembling for sons I did not dare to betray, to beg you not to hate them because of me.
And yet somehow the conversation turned from your sons to you, so you're just outing yourself.
Weak project of a heart full with what it loves, alas. I could only tell you about yourself.
Phaedra, on these words, turned her back to Hippolytus, who sighed in relief. It was all going to stop. She was going to vanish from his sight, and he would find the strength to move again. However, the queen turned back to, oh no, swatter.
Avenge yourself.
Girl, what are you trying to say? What do you mean? She literally jumped at the opportunity to confess when Hippolytus mentioned her love for Theseus. Yeah, like, didn't waste a second. Girl's an opportunist. Like, chill. It's not over yet, boy.
I beg your pardon?
Fucking pardon? That's what he said. I'm translating.
Punish me for this odious love.
Easily.
Worthy son of the hero who gave birth to you.
I wouldn't.
Free the universe from a monster you loathe.
And then make me the She only could see Hippolytus torn with fright and horror. Had his eyes not quivered with fear, she would have taken him for a statue. She had to make him angry. She had to push him towards a towering rage. Gotta burp. Excuse me. That's what I think of you, Phaedra. That one was for you. Almost brushing his lips with her... whispered with widened eyes as a sardonic smile.
Theseus's widow dares to love Hippolytus.
Yo, could she phrase that any worse? What? Slap that bitch. Did he? I don't know. Hippolytus panicked at the horrendous sight, and because of the feeling of Phaedra's breath on his lip, he took a step back, and his reflex, he slapped his step. Yeah, that's the correct... Anyone would do that. You can't just hot breath on somebody. That's like, you might as well just spit on them, dog. Like, it's the same thing. Alas, it did not set him free, as she immediately grabbed his cap. No! Get our sword! We have our sword, right?
Trust me. You can't let this horrendous monster escape.
Leave me!
We do have her sword, I just saw it. Ooh. The imagery. Oh god. That's the worst. But the best. The spiraling, that's me right now. The young prince ordered, almost begging even, but it was useless, as Phaedra, getting on her knees, pressed her breast against his shivering legs.
Here is my heart. This is where your hand has to strike.
My hand's about to strike your face. Got him! Here. Apparently I love all of them. I mean, you can't go wrong with a favorite here, can you? And pressing them harder, she added,
Already impatient to expiate its offense, it wants to come closer to your arm.
She looked up, only to see her stepson's frightened expression. She felt his body tremble against hers. She saw his eyes widen. She felt his sweat against her skin. Frowning and feeling her whole body tense up, she shouted,
Strike!
I won't strike!
I'm better than you, dog, he shouted back, feeling tears forming in his eyes. Then the two of them were silent, confused by the turning of the events. Hippolytus would not murder Phaedra. Why? Was it not what Phaedra expected from him? Was it not what he should do to protect his honor from this indecent monster? And if the young prince was still confused, the Queen of Athens understood, or at least thought she did. She whispered with empty eyes,
You are refusing me such sweet torment.
Hippolytus was surprised by how cold she suddenly felt, as if the flame which burnt inside her was withering.
You consider my heart unworthy of your blows.
Kinda, yeah. Phaedra grabbed Hippolytus's hand, leaving. Ugh! Stop! She's like a fucking leech. Like, get out. Gross. Like, get out of here. The teenager immediately moved his hand back.
What are you doing?
Yeah, cut it out.
You do not want to see your hand soaked in my vile blood.
Honestly, no. No liquids of yours on me. No hot breath, no tears, no saliva, no fucking blood, nothing. Get out. Get lost, die, disintegrate somewhere. Go away. She looked at Hippolytus, her eyes covered in tears.
Please. If you don't want to lend me your arm, please, Hippolytus, at least give me your sword.
Okay, that could be a euphemism. Look, it probably is a double entendre in this sense. I'm sorry it's there. Like, if I'm not seeing it, somebody else is gonna see it. Yo, imagine begging to be killed. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me, I'd just do that shit myself. Call me a DIYer. Holy shit. Okay. Hippolytus stepped back and put his hand on his blade with an angry expression.
I'm not doing that!
Yeah, don't do it.
Give it to me.
Anything she wants, just don't give it to her. No matter what it is. Just, no.
No!
Yeah. Phaedra, still on her knees, approached Hippolytus, putting her hand on her stepson.
Give it to me.
The adolescent looked at his hand. Phaedra was burning again, grasping his sword more tightly. He authoritatively shouted,
You are not getting anything from me!
Yeah, you're just gonna get my silence and my... See, this is the best way to get back at crazy bitches. Just ignore their ass. Because what are they gonna do? They're just gonna be crazy on their own. And then they're gonna look double crazy because they want your attention that bad. Like, that's all I'm saying. Life hack. Life hack, try it.
Give it to me.
Crazy bitches. Which Automod hated. Automod hated that. We allow crazy bitches in this house, Automod. That's why Phaedra's here.
No!
Phaedra jumped on her steps. Right, like a beast! Ah! Hippolytus, caught off guard, let his hand go off his sword, letting Phaedra seize it. Without thinking, he also threw himself onto her.
No!
Give it to me. Give it to me. Give.
Just going off.
Madam!
Well, this is awkward. I cannot pronounce the name, I'm sorry. It's... Ononi? To Phaedra, making her let go of the blade.
Hide yourself. Hide your shame.
As Phaedra was dragged away by this person. Enoni. Okay, Enoni. That's a cute name. I just couldn't pronounce it, my bad. O-N-N. I don't know, Lens is pretty good. Enoni. It's like an enemy, but not quite. Theramenes dared to enter, running into the room.
My lord, are you all right?
I am now. He put a comforting hand on Hippolytus's back, but found his friend trembling, with tears rolling down his cheeks.
My lord, do you hear me?
I hear you.
What happened with Phaedra?
I don't know, man. It's gonna take a lot of psychiatrists to figure that one out. Hippolytus was unable to answer without looking at Theramenes. He ran away, leaving his sword on the ground, as the only memory of the confrontation he had with Phaedra. The sword and the thread. Roll credits. The thread and the sword. I said it backwards. I love spreading this information. And then we're back in the woods. Are we out of the wood? Oh, it's over. I mean, it's not. Like, at this point, you could just go play the other ones. Again. Do it again. Everybody did a great job. As always. I was so pulled into it that I forgot that at some point it's supposed to end. We love that. It's my favorite part of media consumption. It was called back to Set of the Woods. And it was. And I think Set of the Woods is probably my favorite, for sure. Like, this, I mean, they're all great. And then, like, they're all pieces of one puzzle. But I think in terms of just, like, Hmm. It's always like, I mean, I don't know why I feel the need to explain why there's a favorite. It's just more like, I guess more enjoyable seeing somebody like who's a good person battle with internal struggle more so than just watching like some crazy bitch go crazy. But to each his own. Because it's like I don't really get her and I don't really want to understand her. You know what I mean? Like I don't care to understand who cares. Like she's just weird. She's just a weirdo. Let's just sum it up. Just sum up Daughters of the Sun. Just a weirdo. Sorry, she's just weird. She just needs to get a hobby. She just needs to get it together. I do like watching bitches go crazy. I mean, look, it can be fun. It could be fun, but I do. I think if there's a personal thing, I relate to Hippolytus. Like we spoke about it when I recorded my Son of the Woods thing that I did, but just really speaks to me. I like Hippolytus and I want good things for him, and I think that his solution makes even more sense with the context of this game. Like, so she needs to get a hobby of tying. She needs to make visual novels. Like, no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. Oh my god. She needs to do something that isn't trying to seduce her stepson. Call me crazy. But like not really a good fast time in my opinion, in my humble there was so much music in that. Oh my gosh. Like the tracks kept changing, growing, and I was like, holy shit. She did try to get a hobby with sure. Stop jail time for that comment. I'm gonna ban you. I'm just joking. I'm gonna have auto mod come after you. She has to get out of the incest tag on itch.io. Imagine being on the incest tag on itch.io. Who would do that? Who would say that? Like never escaping the allegations. Inspired and dedicated to my favorite work of fiction of all times, Phaedra by Jean Racine. A play so good, the dialogues in this game are nothing but a translation of the original one. I mean, they were very good lines, I will say that. But the presentation of those lines was also good. No, we're good. We'll quit. We're good. We don't need round 2. Just come back for more. The game has the incest. Oh, no, I know. Like, there was like a whole, there was a whole thing when Daughters of the Sun was released, when Chime was like, how many people are actually playing this game for, like the right reasons, or how much were like disappointed because they were looking for something else when they were in the incest tag, which that's a great question. I would love to see the analytics on that. It was a joke. Did Yannette too? Is the incest tag on the Yannette game? Like legitimately? Because I feel like that's false advertising. Wait. Was there incest in that game? I don't think so. Outside of just a joke. Not me not remembering. They're not related, okay? Okay. Thank God. Okay, that's good, that's good. We don't need any more. Kind of. There was. Yeah, it's a mixed bag. Oh, I didn't put the tag, but the joke is Janet Sr. saying, I'll make you siblings, forcing Chinny as the antenna. Oh, yeah. I forgot about the mom. Look, that game is so absurd. Your brain can only focus on like one part at a time. And of course my brain got stuck on Kawaii-chan. Okay? Like everything else kind of became dust in the wind the second she showed up. I was like, where are we? What are we doing? Actually? Also, there's a meme among my own friend group that my reading comprehension is poor. It's like very bad. Why do you think I have to listen to the VODs of my streams again? Like I didn't really get it the first time. My brain is so smooth, things just kind of slip right off, you know what I mean? All the wrinkles that are supposed to be in my brain went to my hair. That's just science. Janet Sr., the best character. Okay, no. Not when Kawaii-chan's right there. Maybe after. No, I get it. Yeah. Oh, goodness. I need to drink some water. I'm a scientist, y'all. I don't know if you know this. But good game, Chime, as always. So, congratulations on your first trilogy finish. That's a huge accomplishment. I'm loving the trilogies. What was the other trilogy I saw recently? Am I tripping? I could have swore somebody else had a trilogy of some sort in the indie dev space. Okay, I can't think of it, so whatever. Maybe I'm making that up. But I'm inspired. I like it. I think you should definitely consider doing more. The Kurami trilogy. That's what it was. There you go. Because I saw I was like watching Kanao streams like all week last week, and I was like, what is up with the trilogies lately? It's only those two, but it's like I only have 2 nickels, but how strange is that it happened twice? You know what I mean? Definitely need more. Hanasu would be the last one. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm picking up on it. My brain just remember smooth brain, everyone. Reading comprehension poor, memory bad. But at least I know incest is wrong. Congrats to me. That was a joke. Fair and valid. I swear, just yapping at this point. I'm honestly just coming down. I mean, that was a way to start the day, huh? Start the day with a good old... But Daughter's Son was really fun. I love the multiple performances of that game. Son of the Woods really spoke to me on an emotional level and was just like, also music-wise, and like the animations as he was sitting there in the grass. There's just something like really beautifully, emotionally resonant about that game. And then obviously the visual presentation of this and the mix of the two was fun here, but I feel like it was just adding more context to the other game, which is interesting. I feel like in a way, this could have been the first game, and then like Son of the Woods could have been second, and then Daughter of the Sun could have been last. Like, it's a trilogy that feels like it doesn't need to even go in order. Like, you can kind of just go from anywhere in the circle and kind of match back. It's more just like they stand on their own but complete each other, which I guess still counts as a trilogy, obviously, but how we understand trilogies, I guess the more common ones are they're one after the other, and one's like a sequel to another, and so on. Is that making sense? Damn, I just remembered I forgot to tweet a thing. Oh, you have your priorities straight. Unlike someone. You would think it'd be that easy, too. You'd think it'd be that easy. Don't date your students. Don't date your siblings. Don't date your whomevers. Colleen Hoover could learn from this. Dude, I've been listening. Okay. I am not a person who reads a lot of, like, mainstream books at all. But I stay on YouTube, BookTube. Like, I stay on there and people just ragging on books. Like, it feels so good. It's like hearing drama from, like, a state over, like, a country away. You know? Like, when your friends tell you, like, some crazy shit that went on at their job. You know, it's like you're not related at all. You have no idea what's going on, but they give you everything. They give you all the details, in excruciating detail. And it just feels so good to just soak in. And I be listening to people talk about how bad Colleen Hoover books are. Like, on the daily. I'd be enjoying that. And apparently, she had, like, a teacher-student relationship thing. And, oh my god, wait. Okay, actually, Chime, I meant to message you about this, so I'll just tell you here. So Colleen Hoover, one of their first books, I imagine, was called Slammed. Okay, and it was about a teacher-student relationship. The teacher's like 21, and the student is 18, like newly 18, but she's still in high school, so she's still going to school. And she moves in next door to the teacher, and they go on a fucking date. And the guy somehow doesn't manage to tell her that he's a teacher in this whole time. And so, but anyway, she ends up going to school, and he's the teacher of her poetry class. Slam poetry. That's why it's called Slammed, which makes me want to die. It's so bad. Whose idea was this? I know whose idea it was. It's so bad. And the book is insane. And somebody wrote that with their whole chest. I can't believe it. And it's a New York Times bestseller. Like, cut it out. Make the writer play HS. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's insane. Like, slam poetry's already bad. And then you add a teacher-student relationship to it. Oh, God. Okay, sorry. I didn't read interesting, because to me, while they all stand on their own, I really think it should be played in order. First game, Phaedra sounds pathetic. Second game, wait, actually, she's not the victim. Last game, chaos. Why all books are new bestseller. people have no standards. The bar is in hell in terms of like people holding their standards to what is like readily accessible to consume. And also media literacy is also in hell. Like people just no comprehension. Like I joke I have no reading comprehension, but I legit think some people just do not at all think about what they're reading. And like let people enjoy things. You can enjoy things, but also don't claim it's like good and romantic and a good thing as well. So I just find that very funny. It's like, oh gosh, another thing that made me so angry is I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender for the first time last year during the summer, and I enjoyed it. One of the best experiences I've had, like watching something for the first time. Crazy to be, 24, 25, experiencing a show that I grew up with and all that stuff. But it was so good, so good. And they made a live action of it recently, and somebody was like, I'm so glad I didn't watch the live action. I hate live actions. I'm so jaded towards that kind of adaptation in the first place, because why does it really exist? Especially when there's nothing wrong with the original source material, but, blah, blah, blah. You go on and on and on. But I listened to somebody talking about all the failings of the live action, and it made me so mad. And the part that made me the most mad was that they claimed, like the creators of the show, of the live action, claimed that the original Avatar: The Last Airbender was misogynistic and sexist. And I'm sorry, but that's just not true. And what they were basing it out off of, which I guess was like some comments that Sokka, the child character made about his sister being like, well, girls can't fight. And that was apparently sexist and misogynistic, and that's what should have been taken out. Missing the point of Sokka's character of like, I don't know, growing to respect women as equals and like being a child, a male dominated society and all this different shit of him like wrapping that around his fucking noggin. And then they just took that out. And by doing it, not only did they take it out, but they somehow actually made the live action sexist and misogynistic, because they had like Suki, who is a warrior in Avatar: The Last Airbender, who becomes one of Sokka's love interests. She ends up basically thanking Sokka in the live action for teaching her something, even though she was supposed to teach him something in the story. So, and then they made Katara, which, okay, you might have never even watched the show, and it's fine. You don't need to watch the show to know this. Katara is essential to the entire plot of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and they gave her nothing. Fuck all in the live action. You could take her out. How is that not sexist and misogynistic? Like, they went so far left, they went right, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. The overcorrection is insane. I can't stand it. It makes my skin crawl. I want to die. I was so mad. There's so many instances of that shit happening, and it like, I hate it. My face is red. Okay, let me go back and read something. I'm not always against live actions, especially if they're readaptations. Dragon Ball Evolution has created anxiety towards them. Yeah, my thing is like just more modern day ones, like specifically Disney ones are mostly bad. Except maybe the Jungle Book one was pretty okay. Lion King was not. I like when they actually like adapt it in a way that is like, it has merit separate from its original. Okay? The Lion King live action has no merit in comparison with the original Lion King. It's just trying to do the exact same it did and do it worse, like in every way. Like The Color Purple is a good example. It's been adapted multiple times, and they're adapting it again. But this time it is more musical. So it adds new actresses, new, up and coming. It's a story that's also timeless, and it deserves to be told multiple times, and some stories are like that and do deserve to have a good adaptation and bring it to the attention of people who weren't able to consume it, 20 years ago, 40 years ago, so on and so forth. Some, that is the case, and I do stand by that. There are differences, but I guess I'm mostly referring to the live actions of people just doing it for money. For money. They know people will watch it because it's from a pre-established whatever, and so they do. Kind of reminds me of the Mulan live action, in which they got rid of Mushu for realism, only to put a witch who turns into a giant pigeon or something. Wild, but not surprising. oomph, they just bombed it. For Disney, I love Cinderella. The Jungle Book is very good. I hate the Lion King live action. Yeah, that live action is horrible. It's horrible in every way. It's just watching a nature documentary. No, literally sucked the entire soul out of every part of it, which is insane. Yeah, because Narnia has like realism, realistic lions who still express themselves. Just, it's so out of touch. It's insane. It's so soulless, I guess is what it comes down to. It's just people do not give a fuck about what they're doing, and so it shows, and it's just miserable, and then they shit on things that did care, and then end up sucking all the life and soul out of it. Another example is like, and it's not just live action adaptations, like you could do an adaptation of anything and ruin it. But a good adaptation that I saw, again, Avatar The Last Airbender, is somebody made a cookbook, okay, of Avatar The Last Airbender, and it like is actually so well thought out and put together and adds so much more to the context of the original thing, you know? And this can go for anything, but it's like you can adapt something and still care. Like, you care about Phaedra. Like, it shows in what you're doing. Imagine if you made something Phaedra, missed the entire point, but then just slapped the name on it and called it a day. Like, it's just insane. It's like, did you even watch it? Did you even care about it in the first place? Then why are you even adapting it if you don't even like what you're... Like, I'm convinced some of the people who adapt these things don't even consume the source material. They don't even care about what the original thing was. Like, they completely miss the point. It's criminal. It's criminal jail time. Electric Chair. It's like, what? But I don't watch them anymore. The last one I watched in theaters is Aladdin, and I heard that one was kind of mixed. I didn't hear much about them. I feel like at this point, well, that's how I treat most movies in the first place. Like, I didn't watch the Barbie movie for the longest time until people just basically didn't shut up about it. And that's advertising in and of itself. If you make something so good that people just don't stop talking about it, then I'll probably watch it. Just on the merit of like, well, people seem to really like it, so it's probably good. You know, and then every once, I don't even chance myself anymore. I don't trust my own instincts. It's like, I think this thing's gonna be good. I don't know. I'm not even a big film person in the first place anyway, so it's rare that I even like listen or watch a film anymore. Anyway, went on a big rant about that. But I guess it's just like I've been back in my consuming people criticizing media thing, which I like to do. I like to listen to people criticize media and stuff. But sometimes it makes me angry by proxy, especially when it's about something that I really care about and had a huge effect on me and all that stuff. And it's just like, I wish somebody would just care a little bit, please. Like, you can make money too, but can you also, you know, do it for the fans? Just a little bit. I complain about another Phaedra play from the 17th century doing exactly that in the devlog. Oh shit, yeah, okay. Ooh, interesting approach for Aladdin. I did like the writing of Jasmine, but overall quite similar to the original, but live and with a worse Jafar. Criminal. And they probably sucked all the queerness out of him too, as all Disney villains had. But yeah, not a big fan of adaptations all the time. Adaptations can be done well, but the unfortunate part is that I feel like because people do adaptations, they just assume that they get to do less work now because, you know, they basically... Which, the blueprint is right there. Like, worst push comes to shove, worst thing happens, you can always just kind of fall back on the original. Like, if you don't know what to do, if you don't know how to adapt it better, just do the same thing. It worked. But they don't even do that. They'll just change things and then make them worse and undermine things that already exist. Like, I was a bit sad when I saw they didn't cast a drag queen for Ursula in the live action. Yeah. Sums it up. But you know what they were really focusing on in regards to the live action Little Mermaid, and I don't even need to say it. We all know. We know what they really cared about when that was the whole thing. Anyway, keeping it lighthearted on today's stream. Whoop whoop! Well, speaking of lighthearted, that is not the end of the stream. I wanted to start the stream out with playing Chime's new game, which glad we did. Thread of the Sword. Good time. Gonna leave a nice rating on it. Leave a nice review when I'm not streaming. Everybody who wasn't here, go play it. Play it again. Rate it. Whatever. If you forgot to rate it, do it. But we will also be playing Seaside Inn by Gray, because I meant to do that last night, but I didn't, because I got fired from my job. But we're here. I made time, so we're gonna play it. Gonna be a good time. Let me get it all loaded up. It's a good game. I would really recommend it. We're talking slice of life, mermaids. It's cute. 1 second. Once I could get it on my screen. Wrong one. But I also have a very interesting thing to show. Okay, not my Twitter. That's interesting. But okay. So wait. Let me start. Okay. I feel like I have to really properly introduce this. Okay. So, this is Seaside Inn. Hello. I need to turn down the music on my end because it's a bit loud. And maybe turn it down on yours because it's probably loud. Yeah. Yeah. Turn you down, baby. Turn it down. Okay. Hello, Nayuki. How are you? Okay, so yes, Mermaid, Slice of Life. Good times. Great game so far. I've already played a decent amount of it. I'm not finished with it, obviously. That's why I'm playing it. But these are the love interests. Okay? This is Taylor here in the Hawaiian shirt. And this is Melanie. And she is a mermaid. I thought that was going to be a spoiler. No. In this universe, like, the main character, my main character, goes to the Seaside Inn, which is run by their aunt who was married and, like, married to their uncle. So you get to work at the Seaside Inn with them and then also meet a mermaid and meet a cutie. Cutie and mermaid, the two genders. So my character is named Florence. They are they, them. They're kind of gender fluid, but I usually refer to them as they, them. And they are kind of beach bummy, chill, cool. And I made them on last stream, basically, but I didn't have any like visual representation or anything. But the beauty is that you can commission Gray to make your OC, and then your OC is in the game. Well, not in the game, but, you know, in my head now. So let me show Florence, because Florence is real now. This is Florence. I gotta move it on my thing. This is Florence. They're gorgeous. They're so gorgeous, they're blocking my face. As they should. You don't need to see me. You gotta see Florence. And yes, it's mildly based off of Florence and the Machine. I'm gonna be real. And then also, Florence and the Vase. I'm going for a polyamory thing. That's what I'm trying. I couldn't pick between them, so I'm not going to. And also, these two have chemistry separate from me anyway. So, we're having a good old time. Nothing has really progressed in that particular, but we've flirted with both. And we've had really cute scenes with both. But no kisses yet, okay? We're still in the thick of it. The Little Mermaid, she's in the background. Yeah. Oh, actually, I could also do this on my green screen. 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. Here we go. And now I'm in the same bedroom. I'm in Florence's bedroom with Ariel in the back. Ariel in the back. Yee. Polyamory, let's go. Ew, kissing. Disgusting. Yeah, can you imagine playing a romance game? Who would do that? Not me. Alright, let me get them back adjusted. So yes, that's Florence. So excited to show them off. And play some more Seaside Inn. See how far we can get in. Let's dive in. Let's... Wait. I had a good title set up. I was like... How many seashells by the seashores? I don't know. I had a cute thing. I was like, let's see what's in shore. Let's see what's in shore. Sea. In shore. In. Pretty fucking good, I know. They don't call me the meme queen for nothing. No, they don't call me that. Pun queen. Pun princess. Just giving myself a title. Let's see what's in short. Okay, yeah, but the in has to be like in. See? That was what the title was gonna be. So, anyway. 1 second. Okay. Let me start the game now instead of messing around. Let's see what's in shore, baby. Oh, wait, no. I always do this. I get so excited. I'm like, start! Girl, you've already played the game. You gotta go to load. What do you mean? When I get back, I mean, you guys are gonna have to just kind of fill in the dots, but it's mainly just slice of life flirting stuff. So, Taylor, the cute thing about Taylor is that they buy us pretty much everything, maybe too many things. And Melanie is like never really settled down in a human town before, so she's exploring and just having a grand old time. And she's really chill. I was surprised by how mermaids are just part of the universe. Like, everybody's aware that they're here and that they exist and that they hang out from time to time. You know, they kind of just bypass the town. And talk about a lovely damn game. Like, you're gonna feel so comforted right now. I love a gift-giving man. Yeah, no, for real. As long as no sword is involved, it's gonna be a neat time. No swords, I don't think. When I get back, Jody is sprawled out on the couch. The furniture has been almost moved back. I jump right in to help her fix the living room again. I don't know where the guests have gone to, but they're nowhere to be found. How did everything go? She smacks her palm against her forehead. How good are you at repairing things? That doesn't sound good. I've done it. Okay. Can Florence repair things? And make things more broken? That sounds very them. Whenever I handled something, it always gets worse. Not you too. Is Jody also like that? She leads me to the ensuite bedroom. I realize the source of her frustration and she turns on the sink. Nothing comes out. One of the guests discovered it when she went to wash up. I turn on both tabs, hot and cold, both out. When I turn on the shower, there's no water at all. That's not good. We both look at the taps. We just need to solve this before the guests get back. We shouldn't touch anything. We'll just make it worse. How could it get worse? It could get worse. It could flood the place, Jody. Don't tempt fate like that. No, for real. I take a deep breath and try to calm her down. I'll call a nearby plumbing service. We're not going to have time. Maybe they can walk us through it. I don't wait for a response to give her the number. She's on the phone for the better part of 10 minutes while I wait out in the hall. She peeks her head out. Do you know where our water main valve is? Huh? They said it's out in the yard. I take the cue and head outside to look around. I have to look up from what I'm looking at, for. Eventually, I find it tucked away in the bushes. Found it! They're hiding it from us. She calls to me from the upstairs window. Is it on or off? I'm not touching it. What if I break it? The floors are just freaking out now. She sighs and heads downstairs, holding the phone with her shoulder pressed against her ear as she fiddles with it. I run back inside to check if the faucets are working, and to everyone's relief, they are. Fixed! I hear a cheer from the backyard, and I meet back up with her. How did it shut off in the first place? No idea. Maybe kids in the area were fooling with it? Will they be out in the rain? She ponders that for a moment. Were any of our guests outside? They wouldn't have touched it. But were any of them out there? I wasn't keeping track of their every movement. We should cover it with a bucket or a tote bin. She grabs one from the shed as I check all the taps to make sure they're all working. No, for real, like, you give me a plumbing problem, don't give me anything to fix, okay? Unless you want it more broken. I'm Florence in that regard. I completely relate to that. I can't think of one thing I can fix. Maybe a manuscript? That's about it. So you're shit out of luck otherwise. And even then, it rains on and off for the rest of the day. As I'm getting ready for bed, the guest... Oh, maybe a meal. I could probably fix, like... I'm pretty good at cooking. I could fix, like, a meal. Same. I think my bathtub clogged and I chose to ignore the problem. There is one thing, though, is that I'm pretty good at following a YouTube tutorial. So if the YouTube tutorial is thorough enough, I'll probably be able to fix it. But that's not really me fixing it. That's me just following directions. As I'm getting ready, I can fix a meal sob. As I'm getting ready for bed, the guests come back. I can hear them before I see them, loud to the point of obnoxious. It sounds like they've been drinking. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of like college kids staying here at the inn right now. Before that, we had this elderly like gay couple, and one of them was like really sweet and wholesome, and the other guy, Gary, was a son of a bitch. He just gets so irritable about everything. But they ultimately were pretty happy that they stayed, and they paid well, so it was good. But now we got a bunch of college kids just hanging out. Yeah, Gary. Me and Gary have beef. Footsteps and voices are right outside my door as they head to their room. Is a college kid, but are you a rowdy one? I don't think so. The walls are too thin for any privacy, and I distract myself as I don't want to eavesdrop. Once they're all in their rooms, I sneak downstairs to the main floor washroom to wash up for the night. I have the bag I brought with me, and I do my nightly skincare routine. It's basic skincare routine. I feel like Florence is one of those that like has perfect skin and it's annoying because they really shouldn't because they're disgusting and all they eat is junk food and like but they go outdoors, you know, like they see the light of day, so their skin's probably fine. I mean, we saw Florence, like, look how good they look. I splashed water in my face and towel off. I want to keep Florence, like, in the, like, corner here. Wait, should I do that? Should I do that? I might just do it. 1 second. Florence. Yes, ooh. Not yes, ooh. 1 second, I gotta download it. This is a professional artist weeb. Nah, it's fine. Oh, where did I even save it? Camera roll. What? No. Okay. Blop, 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 blop. There it is. There it is. Put here with the quarter. That doesn't look weird at all. Maybe I'll have them stand right here. Wait, right here. It's like they're talking. Wow. Wow. Stick them right there. They look so good. Also, when we pack our bags at the beginning, they only brought like 10 things with them. You get to build your character like throughout the entire game of like what their personality is and like how they respond to everything going around them. So it's just fun building Florence as a character, and they're very like beach bum laid back, and it's awesome. Love Florence very much. My plan of sneaking back into my room quickly fails. As I'm walking up the stairs, Kayla leaves her room. She startles, and I wouldn't be surprised if she forgot there were other people in the house. I don't blame her. It sounds like they're having a good time together. Oh, hi. I might have to move their hand down slightly. What is on their shirt, by the way, Gray? I assumed it was an artichoke, but I didn't want to, like, say that as if it were fact. I'm so glad I'm not in my pajamas yet. Thanks for setting up in the living room for yoga this morning. Oh, yeah, of course. And the taps, are working again. Thank God. Sorry about the inconvenience. Ask if friends touch the valve. Don't mention it. No, don't mention it. Like, we don't want to assume that they did. I feel like we'd just be like, it's fine. Even if they did, who cares? I'm glad we got it working for you. Alright, night. Hope you enjoy your day. I slip into my room and let out a breath on the other side of the door. Little palm trees crossed. Okay, that makes more sense. Not an artichoke. That's stupid. Of course it's a palm tree. That makes more sense. Like, love a conflict averse answer. Just like, Florence is very chill, I imagine. They're very air sign to me. Like, they give just like, going by the skin of their teeth. Also, I made a huge playlist for Florence that's like 40 songs. I made it like on a whim. And I sent it to Gray, and it was really good. Maybe they really like artichoke. I mean, I was gonna say vegetarian vibes, but I don't actually see them as vegetarian. Also, they've eaten like seafood. Maybe they're pescatarian. That feels right for them too. But like, Chris would enjoy an artichoke because I enjoy artichokes. Yeah, the playlist is awesome. Jesus, 40, I know. Now you have an OC. I have multiple OCs for Gray's games. I have like 4 from her last game. I'd be making OCs. Like, I can't play games like this as myself because it would just drive me insane. But I love playing as a pre-established character, like my own pre-established character. It feels so good. And you guys should do the same. If you guys ever play the game, just commission Gray to get your own character in there. 1000% would recommend. I've done it like 5 times. Is there any Florence and the Machine songs? There are. Wait, let me see which one is on there. Because I can't remember. I'll name some of the songs on the playlist. Just a couple. So we've got Wonderwall by Oasis. Of course. And honestly, if you watched the VOD of the last stream, we bring it up like so many goddamn times. It's a little ridiculous, actually. Florence. I called it Florence and the Seaside Inn, was what I called it here. Maybe I could show it on camera. Oh, that's a glare. Yeah, it's there. It's there. It's also on Spotify. Maybe I'll post it later. But yes, Wonderwall, Sunshine on My Shoulders by John Denver. Where's the Florence and the Machine song? Florence and the Machine, blah, blah, blah. Where are they? I know that I put one on here. I know I did. Imagine if I didn't. How embarrassing. I could have swore that I did, though. Do not embarrass me, Past Joy. Do not embarrass me. I have Greta Van Fleet on here? Well, of course that makes sense. I lied. I'm a liar. There's no Florence and the Machine on here. I have Florence and the Machine songs on my playlist, so I just assumed. Time to add one. Time for number 40 whatever. I think all of them were like a bit too intense for Florence, and maybe that's what it was. I was like, wait, at least the ones I have were like a bit like, whoa. Well, let's just add Sky Full of Song, because I just love that song, by Florence and the Machine. There you go. You love spreading misinformation. I feel like I'm gonna say that all the time now. I also do have a Seaside in play. What do you... Send it my way! What are we doing? Wonderwall is like #1 karaoke song that people always choose. I'm gonna be honest, if you do that, you're a bit obnoxious. Like, love you for it, like Slay Queen, but also, you're ridiculous. And I'm also calling myself out because I'm the kind of bitch who would do that. Even though my go-to karaoke song, as cliche as it is like Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood. Like, I sang that at a country bar recently. Oh, not recently, it was like, I don't know, years ago now, but I did do it. Let's just say that. Right now. It's so fun, it's so good. It just feels right, you know? That song was made to sing at a country bar somewhere. It was made for it. I spoke to Carrie Underwood myself, and she told me. Is the second opening to the Kirby animated series, but I only have done karaoke in Japan. Is it different? Is it like less nerve-wracking there because you guys are in like your own like space? You went to Japan? I imagine Carrot's like, in my mind, Carrot's been all around the world. Like, I don't know why. In my head, everyone else has like is more cultured. It's so fun. I would love to do that. Gotta go to its origins. Carrot is rich. Yeah, it's just a tiny room with just your friends. It's so much fun. Oh, I gotta do it at least once on my bucket list. Even though I don't want to call it my bucket list because that sounds like a bit morbid. They're still talking into the night, long after I've crawled into bed. The sound of laughter rings through the house as I fall asleep. I have lived in Japan a few times for school twice and an internship once. Ooh. Where's your favorite place that you've lived or traveled to? Another early morning with a flurry of activity. We prepare the final breakfast before guest departure. Checkout is 11, but it's almost noon by the time they're gathered all their things and loaded them into their car. The grass is still damp from the rain yesterday, but it's sunny and warm. Kayla talks with Aunt Jody and hands her an envelope. Thanks for a great vacation. She smiles and waves goodbye. Jumping in the front seat, she peels away. Jody opens the envelope and flips through the cash. Not a bad tip, especially considering we have a water malfunction. She hands me my portion, which I tuck away. We spend the rest of the day flipping the house and thoroughly cleaning. Florence, I'm glad I feel like you've settled in here. I know you've made some friends in town, right? Not just friends, Jody. I almost got 2 bays. 2. Count that. 1, 2. I'm glad you hit it off with Taylor. He's a nice young man. I'm sure you're happy about that, Jody. He let me stay with him at the Castaway while it was raining. That's good of him. I'm sorry for kicking you out, but it was getting crowded and I thought you could use some air. There's also the girl you had over for dinner, Melanie, right? I met her in town the other day. She's sweet. She is. I was just thinking, Julietta, she's the lead organizer for the Oceanfront Music Fest, was looking for volunteers for an upcoming event. They're having a day when people are testing things out and drumming up excitement. I thought you and your friends could help for the day. You'd help clean up the park, maybe help with the sound equipment, just trying to get the word out about the festival. Did you already volunteer for me? She's also providing lunch. I'm in. And now I'm being bribed with free food. Do it, Florence! Is it working? Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like fun. I'll text Melanie and Taylor and ask if they'd be interested. Thank you. Julietta is a good friend, so I'm glad you can help her out. It should be a fun day for you guys as well. We finished cleaning the house. I put bed sheets into the laundry as Jody scrubs the shower. I want to live here so bad. Like, it's criminal how much I want to live here. Like, it hurts. It hurts my bones. It aches. They both respond enthusiastically, so I look forward to that. Loves Florence tummy poking out. What a little gremlin. Let's see a little bit more. Put them on display. It looks so cozy. It is. The next few days pass in a blur as we get into routine with our guests. We have 2 separate families who rented rooms, and despite being strangers, they get along swimmingly. Aww! I find my stride in the kitchen and find new recipes for big elaborate breakfasts to impress the guests. And Aunt Jody thrives with the guests, offering good suggestions and catering to their every whim. Ah! On a quiet day while the guests are out, I head to the park. Warm and sunny, and a nice breeze flows through the trees. The waves lap against the shore, and I can just see the horizon. Children are playing on the beach. There are plenty of people on stage as I approach, and I watch the moving sound equipment onto it. There's a long table of grass with papers. I sign in. You must be Florence. I jump at being suddenly addressed. Behind me in the festival organizer herself. Yeah, hi. She holds out a hand to shake, so I do my best at a firm handshake. Jody told me all about you. Thank you for coming to help out today. Of course, what can I do? We're looking for a good promotional flyer. Do you think you could work on one? We have a few different versions, and we love to use local talent. I can do that. I have a laptop you can use. We're setting up the sound equipment, and could use help with that for later. I'm at ease. I'm in so much ease right now. We're also going to have all our volunteers clean the park. We'll provide lunch for you today. She gives me a friendly nod as she quickly moves to speak with the next person. Around this time, 2 familiar faces are approaching me. I'm so excited. Taylor and Melanie arrive and I fill them in. We're designing a poster? Yeah, and then making it online. I thought we'd sketch out ideas first. Taylor grabs the materials we'll need. That seems fun, but I don't know how to make a good poster. I only know how to post emojis. That's alright, we'll brainstorm together. We set up a picnic table in the shade of a large tree. Feels like Total Drama cartoon. Hey, that's a compliment. Okay, I don't know how much you guys know of this, but Total Drama shaped like a big part of who I am. Dragon Ball Z and Total Drama were my 2 fandoms, and I know how random that is. Don't ask. But those 2 came together and formed a lot of like the kind of fan fictions I wrote as a kid. Okay, this also outs me if you know who this is, but Courtney from Total Drama Island completely shaped every woman character I've ever loved in my life. Like, it's the reason why I love girl boss characters so much, because it's like, she's insane. She's insane. Like, in the context of the show, she's actually a psychopath. But I love her. And I always have. I never will stop. Because I rewatched Total Drama with a friend, like, a couple years ago. Because instead of insane. It's Total Drama if it was slice of life and nice. That's fucking hilarious. I love. Well, you know, it's a lot, to be honest. I used to be like a huge Duncan and Courtney shipper, and I used to write fan fiction about them. And then when I wasn't, I was writing like Vegeta and Bulma fan fiction. I was all over the place. We love fandom diversity. It's nice out, though she probably could have asked us to do this from home. It's nice to be out in the sun. It's nice because I get to be with both of you. We're the Riz. We're the Riz. Oh gosh. My favorite is Heather because iconic. Heather is good. And my favorite ship in the entire story is Heather and Alejandro because we love it. We love a villain ship. Should have been more of that. Even though there's some later seasons, I like the Australia. I've watched them all because I'm mentally ill. But like the tall Australian girl and the guy who's scared of zombie apocalypses are my favorite. I think it's like Sean and whomever. Jasmine, I think her name is. I never thought I'd talk about Total Drama in this fucking stream, Jesus Christ. But yeah, that was a big part of my... I know too much about it. I used to be a Total Drama fucking wiki. Like, wiki. Help me. I actually really love reality TV too, which, messy. Messy. But I just love it. I love the tea. Give me all the tea. I'm the person who never wants to be involved in any kind of drama whatsoever, but I will 1000% watch it all go down. Like, oh gosh. The trashier the reality TV, the better. Oh, I watched so much Love Island, and I really shouldn't, because that, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad, but it's so good. I love it. I love dating shows. That's where I usually stick. Even though I love a good, like, cooking show, like, watch a lot of Hell's Kitchen, watch a lot of, like, Junior Chef, Master Chef. I loved Project Runaway. Used to love America's Next Top Model. Cannot watch it anymore. But, you know, things like that. Just messy. I need to watch Survivor. Everybody always talks about that one. I never watched it. But I watched Total Drama, so that was basically the same thing. She could have, but then I wouldn't get to be out here with you. I glanced between them. Thanks for coming out today. I miss an excuse to see you. Taylor! Guys! Have you ever watched Below Deck? My mom loves that one. It's just like pure drama. I haven't. That sounds so good. What is that? Taylor, gosh, she is so smooth. Look, we're supposed to be the smooth one. They're taking it away from us. They're taking it. You're not just passionate about Oceanfront Music Fest? He shrugs, leaning forward at the table. It'll be cool, but I just look forward to spending a day together. Guys, I'm thriving. I'm thriving. I'm living. This is all I could have ever asked for. He nudges Melanie's arm playfully and she beams at me. I am excited about the music festival, but I'm happy to ask you asked me to come. Below Deck is a crew of a big mega yacht tending to their ultra-rich guests in a beautiful location and getting super drunk and sleeping together. What? Holy... Okay, wait. I gotta get on that. I've never heard that, ever. I'm unemployed now, so I have all the time to watch it. Oh, God, I'm gonna live. I can't wait. I can't wait. That sounds so good. Also, I love watching reality shows with my husband because he's so pure. I have the purest husband. Like, he's so, like, sweet. And, like, he treats people very well. You know, so when he sees people just, like, mildly mean or mismannered on TV, he's like, why would they do that? And I'm like, babe, because people suck. Like, not everybody's you. Like, and I love seeing him just, like, but wait, people lie? People lie on the internet? Like that Buster, that Arthur meme? Like... Wait, people do that? Like, he's not even like a himbo or anything. He's very smart. He's just like, poor thing. Yeah, he's just, he's the kind of good that like they're so good they can't relate to why people are so mean. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, honey. Like, I'm sorry that the world is like that. Everybody should be like you. I binged all of them with my mom. That's fucking hilarious. Oh, great. Your relationship with your mom, Gray, sounds like my relationship with my mom. Because me and my mom watched all of Love Island together. And we were like, eating good, doing good. Like, gosh, there's nothing better than watching like trashy television with like a friend or your mom or both. Oh, there was this one show that I watched. It was a dating show. And it was basically structured to be like Bridgerton or like Pride and Prejudice and stuff. It was like in that particular time period. I can't think of the time period. But it's modern day, obviously, but they were all cosplaying as like older times, and then they were like courting this girl in a Regency fashion. And I've never wanted to be in a dating show more in my life than when I watched that. I just want to cosplay as like drinking tea and receiving letters and being like courted and playing, you know, horseshoe in the grass, you know, and like in big dresses and stuff. It was just so cool. It was so nice. It was really good. I would sign up for that in a heartbeat. Like, as a married woman, I would sign up and be like, babe, you're just gonna have to let me live my dream. I won't go home with anybody. I just want to play. Let's go together. Oh, goodness. And they had all the guys dressed up, and they were so handsome. They were all so handsome. And that was like, okay, I'm convinced that 90% of the population would be hotter if they just knew how to dress. Like, hear me out here. Because half those guys wouldn't even give a second glance. But the second they were in that attire, the Princess of Pauper attire, they were like, they were so hot. I was like, God, I'll listen to anything you have to say. Like, what? Oh, it's the dressing. Yeah, it's like, we as a culture have forgotten what made us so great. Time to be a princess. I want at least once a Regency birthday party or something like that would go really hard. It'd be expensive though. Poofy poet's bless, and I'll fall at his feet. So real. I swear, yeah, I do focus on dressing a lot. It is important. Fashion is important. I'm very like comfort over substance. Like, I never wear makeup. I don't I don't dress particularly. Like, I wear leggings every day and like a t-shirt every day. I wear the same 2 pairs of shoes on rotation. I'm very simple, like, because I have, I guess, features that kind of stand out. Like, I've got thick ass eyebrows and my hair is like this and all this stuff. So it's like, I don't really need extra, you know? And I'm just like, I love when people, I wish I was a makeup girl. I wish I was, because I think makeup is like really fun and a great way to express yourself, but I'm horrible at it. And also it's expensive. So I never really got into it. But, like, my ex-girlfriend, she used to do my makeup for me when we go places and do things, and I did like it, but I'm also one of those bitches that always forgets to like take my makeup off before I go to sleep, and that ain't good for your skin, so I'm very low maintenance, and my anxiety centers around like so many things. Like, I have to eat the same things every day because thinking about a new thing to eat every day stresses me out, so it's kind of like that with clothes, you know, like I don't want to think too hard about what clothes I'm gonna wear, and stuff, so I just don't. I'm always in my PJs, as you should. As you should. That's why I like leggings, because it's like wearing socially acceptable PJs out in the world. Thanks, Donald Trump. No, for real, let's blame him for everything. I'm not even joking. I'll admit, I'm a blazer shirt, pressed trousers guy. Of course you are, Chime. If you had, like, of course. And good for you. I'm so glad that you're that way. I wish I had a dash of that, you know? Just dashing. Sometimes I wear outdoor clothes inside home because my PJs are all dirty, so, ooh. Hey, look, do what you gotta do, man. Do it. It's fine. But I also like wearing, like, really stupid t-shirts, like this one. Like, I have so many anime t-shirts and, like, ridiculous. I have one shirt that's just, like, this old school emoji just shrugging. I have a weird shirt of, like, one of the guys from Impractical Jokers that's also in the same style as this. Because I love Impractical Jokers. Oh, goodness. I have ridiculous shirts. And my husband, he has, like, a Shrek t-shirt that goes World's Greatest Farter. And it's like a Father's Day t-shirt, but he bought it, and it's like, he has a bunch of like ironic t-shirts like that shit. Yes, my husband is a big Shrek fan. He's a Taurus. He basically is Shrek. So yes. The Shrek memes go very hard for my husband. Such male culture, dude. Shrek was invoked. And I'm Donkey. Like, I'm not even Fiona. I wish I was Fiona, but I'm just Donkey. I want to be Fiona, but I'm Donkey. That's our entire dynamic. That should explain everything you ever need to know about us. Iggy, wait, what? Iggy mentioned wearing the same clothes every day. Oh, the same hoodie every day. Look, if it works, it works. You know? And there's, like, everybody has, like, comfort clothes. Like, I have a pair of comfort Crocs. That is not a joke. I fucking love my Crocs. And I get made fun of all the time for wearing them everywhere. But I love Crocs. Okay? I'll defend my Crocs with my life. I'll fight anybody over my Crocs. I don't care. Also, your t-shirts are funny t-shirts. Like, it's the kind of t-shirts I imagine Genesis. Why is Genesis, like, you're my favorite? It feels like she's your favorite of my OCs. Which, if that's the case, hilarious. What an icon. Or is Genesis just my version of Kawaii-chan? Or Yanette, I guess. More so Yanette. Comfort Crocs. Yo, wait. My dude here, Florence would wear Crocs. But they would be, like, grungy as fuck. They'd be so grungy. They look so good. Also, this bracelet that they're wearing here, we picked in the last stream. It's the exact one that we picked in the store. And Taylor bought it for us. Our boy bought it for us. Wow. We're so cool, dude. Y'all wish you were me. Just going insane. Y'all wish you were me. I was like, she has nothing on Rhett and Cyrus? Rhett and Cyrus. I read it like that because Rhett's middle name is Cyrus. But yeah, Rhett and Chris, but our close third. That's crazy. Good on Genesis. What a girl boss to stand up to those two. That's hard competition right there. Taylor or Sugar Daddy. No, for real though. Like, he legit keeps buying us stuff and we're like, Taylor, please. Stop buying us shit. And then he bought Melanie a phone. Or gave him his old phone. But then bought her some other stuff. I mean, I would too. She can have whatever she likes. Like, I'm sorry, I'm doing so much talking. I'm so happy. He bought a phone. She didn't have a phone. But he ended up buying a phone to give her an old phone. Like, go off, damn. Even a sugar daddy to Melanie. Melanie, okay, I want a polyamorous. We're gonna get one. I'm working on it. I'm working hard. It's a beautiful day and there's no better use of my time. That's sweet, Melanie. She tucks her hair behind her ear. Not her doing the Debbie Ryan. Melanie, you're too cute for it. I never say no to hanging out. Oh. She and Taylor share a quick glance. Have these two made out separate from us? I'm gonna cry. I'm just joking. No, but they do be just hanging out, like, together, and we're not there. Which is fine, because we hang out, like, together when one of them isn't around, so that's fair. That's fair. But we need to make it so that we're all hanging out all the time. Proof Melanie is the main character. I flip over the laptop. I research ideas for the post as Taylor spreads out the papers across the picnic table. Looking through old posters or music festivals past, I begin to jot down ideas. Taylor sketches in front of him, and I pick up a pencil and twirl it. So Debbie Ryan coded. Okay, I loved Sweet Life on Deck. Gosh, what was her character's name? Bailey in that show? And then she had like a pet pig, and she was just like a country girl. Good on her. Good on her. That's a great character. Like, people might remember her for Hey Jessie, or for Jessie, and therefore Radio Rebel, but to me, she will always be Bailey. I'm good at drawing. I'm not good at drawing. He's not good at drawing, but they enjoy it. I love that character. I narrow my eyes and stare at the blank page. I'm no artist, so I don't know how this is going to go. This feels like when we made posters in school. He carefully pencils in bubble letters. Bubble letters is so real. I can never come up with ideas. I always hoped I was paired with another kid who could draw. Look, everyone can draw. Everyone can sing. We just can't all sing well. We can't all draw well, but we can still do it. Why did they automod you for that? Oh, because you said kissed. Automod hates kissing. But honestly, the vibe of this game makes me think of Hannah Montana as if we were a movie. You'd be the right guy, and I'd be the best friend that you'd... I love Corbin Blue so much. Guys, can we talk about it? Let me talk about it. It's my stream. I can talk about whatever I want. Corbin Blue, okay, was always gorgeous. Always an icon, okay? I watched a reality TV show where they were casting for a play of Dirty Dancing. Okay, Dirty Dancing with Patrick Swayze. I love Dirty Dancing, okay? And Corbin Blue was competing to be the new Johnny, but Johnny from Dirty Dancing, to be the new Johnny on Dirty Dancing. And he won. And Corbin Blue was like 30. This was recent. This was like a couple years ago. It was like during the pandemic. And he won. And he's so talented. And he's gorgeous. And he's got such a wonderful personality, and he was paired with this lesbian woman who is a celebrity on like a cooking show or something like that, and he just was like so open and fun and wonderful, and just like, oh god, let me marry Corbin Blue. Gosh, it's just not enough. It's not enough. And he is so fine now. He's more fine now than he's ever been, probably because he's an adult, but like I had a crush on him as a kid. And, like, he deserved more. He's gorgeous. Oh, I related to Patrick Swayze through marriage. Genuinely loves this show and this song. Okay, also, that song. So, I'm making a shoujo project at some point. I don't know when. Probably during the summer, around the fall. And I am making, like a shoujo project. It's supposed to feel the most shoujo thing I've ever done, because I just want to go full pink and sparkles and happiness. But it's also mixed with Disney Channel original movie, because all of the soundtracks and all the songs that I kept putting on it were Disney Channel songs. Because it was capturing the vibe. And If You Were a Movie is literally on the soundtrack. But the one that I'm mostly based off of is Hurricane by Bridget Mendler, was the one that, like, really sparked the idea for me. I'm not like, it's just my second cousin, twice removed, is married at him or something. Woo. Woo woo. Huh? Okay, this is not at all what I thought was gonna happen in today's stream. What do you mean you're related to Patrick Swayze by marriage? What the fuck? Huh? Huh? I'm about to have a crisis. Like, no, wait. My best friend is related through marriage to Natalie. How are y'all just related to bitches? What? I guess it's a small world. But I'm kind of losing my mind. Like, mildly losing my mind. Guys, please. Please. And her dumb husband, par for the course. Oh my, this world is too small. That's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. Like, I've met some celebrities, that's one thing, but being related to them? Crazy. Whoa. Wow. Okay, that deserves a drink. I hope I'm never related to Corbin Blue. If I was married to Patrick Swayze, I'd be sad. Because I've loved him my whole life. I don't want to be related to anybody I have a crush on, and that's way too many people. So, like, maybe I need to relax. This is why you have crushes on fictional people. Then you don't have to worry about being related to them. Well, even if you're related to Corbin Blue, you can stop. Go to jail. Automod, send him to the dungeon and have him exploded. Wait, where's that from? Where's that from? Fuck. I can literally hear the sound in my head, but I can't remember. Have him explode. Yeah. I think it's like, actually, the sound is a little unhinged. I think it's like have his penis exploded or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But just have you exploded. That's the only thing. How dare you? How dare you? In my stream, Corbin Blue and I will never be in a Phaedra Hippolytus relationship. I've never been more disappointed in my life. Anyway, okay, Melody's been looking at her phone, and Joy's been looking at her stream, just chatting about nonsense. Sketching a photo she took on the park and stage. Taylor crumples up the paper he had doodled out, and helps her fill out the pages instead. Working together makes it it makes it go faster, and we create something that fits. I transfer it online and create it there. Taylor, can you buy me new eyes? Wait, why? There's a large box of the bottom, like new glasses or like new actual eyes. Bottom announcing the headliner, Emerson Davis. Julietta swings by as we're wrapping up. I show off what we've accomplished. Perfect, thank you all. Jody said I could count on you. She glances up at Taylor and smiles at him. Her eyes land on Melanie. I don't think we've met. I'm Melanie. I'm new in town. Oh, where are you from? Just south of here. The ocean. Juliet gives her a curious glance but covers it with a smile. Well, thanks for your help. Melanie glances at me. Anything for Florence. Melanie! Melanie! She's too sweet. I can't take it. I can't. I'll cry. These have seen so many things. Oh no! We're getting at the park cleaned up if you can grab some bags and gloves. We nod and follow instructions as she heads off again. Heading out across the field, we fill our bags full of litter. There are empty bottles and cigarette butts that I gladly throw out. Melanie? She glances up as she bent over to pick up a fast food bag. Do you want people to know you're a mermaid? Oh, I don't know. She thinks for a moment, head tilting to the side as she stands. I guess I like pretending I'm human sometimes. No, just be you, Melanie. I mean, if that's how you want to be perceived, that's cool, but don't do it for us. Just do it for you. I Google and I think it is. He ruined my dream journal reference. It is. Okay, yeah, it's absolutely. It is. It is not okay. Okay, fun fact about me, I love Shark Boy, Lava Girl. I love that movie, even to this day. I don't care how insane that movie is. See, that's why more people need to make absurd shit. Like, that movie is, even when it came out, people were like, this movie is not good. But it's iconic. It's incredible. It's so good. Dream. Like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? It's so good. You never heard of Shark Boy and Lava Girl? Oh gosh, you should watch it. It's absurd. It's an absurd movie. It was like a kids movie. It's just like a weird 2000s kids movie. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, it's just so weird. And Taylor Lautner's in it, and George Lopez is in it for some reason. It's just an insane. It's about going into a kids movie with Edward. No. I think that's just the edit. I don't think they say that in the actual. I would know if they said it in the original thing. I think that's just the edit. It's like AI, I think. Of like. I'm losing it. Makes more sense. Yeah, it's just internet shit posting. But that sound is everywhere from what I've heard, at least on TikTok and shit, so that's what it made me think of. Oh god. Anyway, what a rabbit hole we just fell down, Jesus. Take a sip every time Joy says something absurd. The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl is the title. But all my homies just refer to it as Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I think it ended up getting like a adaptation later, like a sequel or something, and it's bad because they took itself seriously. Stop taking yourself seriously! Just have fucking fun. There was nothing serious about that original thing at all. I get a lot of questions, so it's a nice way to avoid that. That's fair. I'm sorry if we ask too many questions. Her eyes go wide. No, I didn't mean you. I don't mind sharing with you guys. It's just different. It's when everyone asks the same things it gets boring. Taylor laughs and runs his fingers through his hair. I understand that. Everybody's doing the Debbie Ryan. We clean up our area of the park, and I hope there won't be litter piling up between now and the music festival. Taylor offers us both hand sanitizer as we dispose of everything. The smell of barbecue wafts through the airs as other volunteers converge for lunch. We get washed up and get in line. They're handing out hot dogs. I love hot dogs. And wobbly paper plates and bottles of fruit juice. This is exactly where I want to fucking be right now. He did not need to run his fingers through that hair. That bitch is flirting. I'm onto you, Taylor. I know what you are. As we pass by, the woman handing out asked me what I want. Regular or vegetarian? Oh, we can make a vegetarian now. Didn't we eat seafood? Am I tripping? Whatever, we're vegetarian now, bitches. Florence, Chris is vegetarian, which is something I think a lot of people forget about. That bitch is vegetarian. That's important to me. I wanted him to be as green as possible. And Florence is also very green. Chris and Florence should meet. Chris would have a crush on Florence because Chris has a crush on everybody. Sorry. No, I think you ate seafood. We're pescatarian in my head. There you go. She places it on a bun. Condiment? Imagine just getting mustard. Look, I love mustard. I will defend mustard with my whole soul. But do not just put mustard on anything that isn't a hot dog. Like, just mustard on a hamburger is crazy. Mustard on a hot dog is fine. Not me gatekeeping. Imagine just putting relish and nothing else. Wait, do people do that? Fish aren't meat. Chris sees a cute person. Oh no. Chris is so real. Mustard? No! I love mustard. I do that. You put just relish on a bun? On a hot dog? The only wrong choice here is relish. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Let me say this. Okay, so every time I eat a hot dog, which is quite frequent, I get a really nice hot dog, like Nathan's or something, and then I like air fry that bitch, and then I put mustard and sweet relish, okay? Because I'm not trying to do extra sour with the dill relish. I like a little sweet, a little salty, okay? I do not like ketchup on my hot dog, so I don't do that. But if I did, I would do regular ketchup with dill relish, so then that way it's sour and sweet again. If you just do dill mustard and then sweet relish and ketchup, that's insane. No, not relish, just mustard on a hot dog. I love mustard on a hot dog. So, you and me, Carrot, it's okay. You're in a safe space here. But relish on a hot dog just by itself is boring. What? You know, that bitch is dry. It's just dry hot dog. Huh? Nobody wants a dry hot dog. What am I on about? What are we talking about? I ate once a hot dog the American way, and they put relish and goodness nightmares. We were fine cooking in my country. I put barbecue on my hot. Barbecue on a hot dog would go hard. I don't really do that, but I get it. That makes sense to me. I feel so sad. That makes sense. I think barbecue isn't like absurd. I think putting mayonnaise on a hot dog is pushing it. Like, I don't know who does that. Don't do that. Ketchup I don't really like, but I get it. Barbecue on a hot dog is a big brain, actually. Yeah, because most barbecues are like ketchup based. So like, I might actually try that. That sounds pretty good. And I love pickles, so I can put relish on most things, but not just it by itself. I love a pickle though. And I like sweet pickles. A lot of people don't like sweet pickles, but I do. I fuck with a sweet pickle. I feel like mayonnaise would be a very French thing to do, but I'll admit I don't. Do you put mayonnaise on your pizza? Because apparently that's a Japanese way of doing it, which, you know, go off. But is it mayonnaise like I'm thinking, or is it Kewpie mayo? Because I feel like that's slightly different too. Right? No, not on pizza. Nothing goes on your pizza. No pineapple, no mayonnaise. Whoa, why not? They do that in Algeria. Do they really? Nom nom mayo on pizza. Lol, it's Kewpie mayo. Okay, I feel like that's different, right? Because isn't Kewpie mayo like a bit sweeter? Am I tripping? Like, I'm not against the idea of putting mayo in things. Mayo is pretty flexible, okay? It's just like egg, you know? Egg. And for some reason the mayo looks like Automod clocked your ass for that. It does. It does. It's gross. It's like, mayo should not be good. I like mayonnaise, but it shouldn't be good. Okay? Like, because I love a potato salad. I love a macaroni salad. I love mayonnaise on my burgers. Okay? I like mayo. I had a friend who loved mayo a lot, like in school, and she would dip her fries in mayo. Criminal. To the penis exploding chamber for her. Like, what? What do you mean? European mayonnaise is fine, lol. I'm talking about the very specific in Algeria. Oh, okay. Gross. I love egg salad. I do like mayo. I wish I just liked eggs slightly more. I agree with Gray. I love fries and mayo. Do you really? I had a best friend who was just like that. I did. Now, again, I have weird food cravings, so I can't fault people for theirs, because, okay, one thing about me is I love sour and I love spicy. Like, and even bitter. Like, I like bitter foods. Like, I love grapefruits, and a lot of people don't like grapefruits. I love, like, cranberry everything. I love, you know, like, if something is tart, I put way too much lemon in my tea. I just eat the lemons by themselves. Like, I love spicy food. I'm very Hispanic in that sense, like, just, like, the stereotype. It's like, give me a lime, give me hot sauce, and I'm happy. You know, I really fuck with it. I love grapefruit. I can't have it anymore because it interferes with my antidepressants. But I love it. And I used to eat a grapefruit every morning for, like, 3 years. I like really fuck heavy and no sugar. I didn't put sugar on that bitch because I ain't a little bitch. I just eat it straight up. All of them. But I love grapefruit juice just to drink, just cause. Eat the lemons by itself. Yes. I'll eat one right here on stream. I'll fucking do it. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'll do it. Honestly, it sounds kind of good. I might actually get one. Not eating an lemon like an apple. No. I eat like the slice. I just, you know. What? That's insane. No, it's fine. See, I really like sour foods. I'm gonna leave the stream traumatized if I eat a lemon on stream. Alright, I'll hold back. I'll hold back. If I must. You're tying my hands here. I'm gonna make a fresh pico later, and then it's gonna just have a shit ton of, like, lime in it. Also gonna be out for a little while. Hopefully I can go back before the end of the stream. Don't worry about it. Sour is so good. I know. I think it's just like my taste buds like pain. It's like I need it to be ridiculously bitter or sour. I need it to be spicy. I love spicy food so much. Like all of my favorite foods are just like, I could just add a little spice to it. You know what I mean? But eating the lemon. Okay, my grandparents had this tree in the back of their house, and it had these mini oranges on them. Okay, and they legit just looked like oranges, but they were mini. They were only this big at most. Okay, And I would eat them all the time, and they were super sour because they were just compressed oranges. And I don't know what the science is behind that. I don't know. If somebody knows, tell me. But they're super sour, and nobody in my family ever ate them, but I did, and I would eat them in bulk. And I would like take them off the tree, and I would just eat the whole thing. Whole thing, skin and all, because they're so small that the skin is like really thin. And actually the skin was actually kind of nutritious tasting, especially in relation to the rest of the fruit. And I just eat that whole bitch, seeds and all, you name it. I just like, nutrition. It's good for you. But everybody in my life thought I was insane for that. And even looking back, I'm like, girl, why you do that? But it tasted good, so did you at least wash it? Sometimes. I'll be honest, I'll be real with you. I was a child. I was like 8 or 9. I think like 80% of the time I did. The other time I didn't. The only time I ever did was like when the adults were like, hey, wash those first. Every other time, just pluck that bitch right up and ate it. Sorry. Sorry. Like, sorry. I do it now as an adult. Listen, eating dirt is good for you. Yes. I think my immune system was good for years. I mean, it's vitamin C, it's dirt, it was a time. It was a time in my life. I miss them. Actually, my family's planning on going and seeing my grandparents mildly soon, and I told them to actually bring me a bunch of those oranges back. I still don't know what they're called. I think they might just be small oranges. Like, but they never grew bigger than like this. They never grew bigger than like your palm. Like, they were never full oranges that you could peel. You had to peel them with like your fingers. It's very strange. In a well-practiced maneuver, she pours mustard. That's how we started this. And to drink? Ooh, okay. All these sound really good, but we gotta go with a pineapple peach. Love me peaches, love me pineapples. Love pineapple juice so much. Maybe it was mutation. Maybe, I don't know. They're really good. If I could grow one here, I would, but I don't think it would survive. Because it was like a Florida plant, and the Florida weather is not comparable here. It would just die here. She hands me a bottle. Satisfied, I take my stuff back to the picnic table. The Melanie and Taylor... Okay, what did they get? The wind picks up, and it's a nice break from the heat. The sky is clear and blue above us as we eat lunch. And ants crawl up the table, and Taylor gently scoops them up in a napkin and puts it... Of course he does, because he's a saint! We finish eating, and a lot of volunteers head into the field to continue to clean. Julietta swings by again. Do you think you can help with the sound system? We need to know if everything is working. Yeah, of course. We walk closer to the stage. Off to the side is the booth with the controls for lighting and sound. Taylor heads over there with confidence. The stage is empty. The other volunteers are otherwise occupied with cleaning up. Climb on stage. Help Melanie up. Anytime you see the flirt, that's the one we're going to. We're like a moth to a flame. Okay. I climb up and offer my hand to Melanie. She doesn't really need it, but she takes it anyway with a smile. Once we're on stage... We're such a gentleman. Good on us, Florence. We're the best. And once we're on stage... I looked at them. And we're on stage together. She loops her arm through mine. It's nice up here. It's a totally different perspective. While not much higher, it does provide a perfect view of the park and the main street in town behind it. I'm excited about the festival. I hope we can go together. I'd like that. She's very close to me now, and I'm hyper aware of the points we touch. I miss the feeling as she pulls away. Oh wait, I was like so in mourning there. I look over the large park and can imagine a crowd filling in for the festival. I love being on stage. I don't mind it. I have stage fright. I don't mind it. It's cool. It is what it is. At least now the park is quiet. All the volunteers are otherwise occupied to notice. Taylor calls from the booth. Okay, let's check the mics. Melanie grabs one, the cord running backstage. I think the other. Testing, testing. There's no sound, and I see Taylor working the controls. My voice suddenly bursts out of the speakers. He flashes a thumb and grins. How did you know what to do? My voice reverberates, and I pull the mic down quickly. Taylor grabs his own microphone at the stand to speak into. I did sound for presentations and stuff at my school. Okay, now you have to sing like you're at a music fest. I glance over the volunteers who are looking this way, drawn to the sound. I don't think that's a good idea. No, sing Wonderwall, Florence! This is your chance! He just laughs and the sound is magnified on the speakers. He turns all the mics up. No! It gets the music playing. He plays a hit from the 2000s. Is it Wonderwall? There wasn't made in the 2000s. Things I grew up listening to. Despite not knowing the songs as we do. It's probably like that one, in a parking lot. Ooh, bop, bop, bop. It's probably that song. I don't know why. Oh, it all seems to go, but you don't know what you got till it's gone. Big paradise, fill up a parking lot. That's the most early 2000s song I could think of off the top of my head. That or like Complicated by Avril Lavigne. I was shy, but LMAO, for some reason, I loved it. Oh, that's so cute. I like being on stage. I used to do a bunch of acting stuff, and like, even though I wasn't very good at it, and I sang solos all the time in chorus when I was in it. It's like nerve-wracking before you get up there, but I think the second you're on stage, you're kind of so hyper-focused on performing that you don't really think about it too much, at least in my experience. It's just Britney Spears. Is it really? Which Britney Spears song, though? Okay, wait. This is important. This is important. I gotta go through my Britney knowledge. It's 1, 2, 3, model me, you and me, got 180 degrees and we're caught in between. Only because we're doing polyamory. That was the only reason I brought it up. It's symbolism. It was written in the stars. Like, it's Britney, bitch. Yeah, exactly. Despite not knowing the songs as we do, Melanie enjoys them as well and sings along with the chorus when she's picked it up from the booth. Taylor does a cheesy dance move to make us laugh. I'm gonna puke, guys. I'm gonna puke. Stay on stage, head over to the booth. Hell yeah! Jumping off stage, I head over to him. Seems like we've done our duty. Everything is working. He turns down the music and gives a full attention to me. I had fun today. He runs his fingers through his hair. He's doing it again! In a tense and casual lean against the booth. With the rose in his mouth. You know, He elbow knocks against the sound dial, blasting the music up and making several people jump. Oh god! Taylor has one move! He's done the lean move too, so he's got two. He's got two moves. Shit. He quickly turns it down. He thinks I'm not noticing, but I know what you are. Juliet glances over and he yells an apology. He's blushing! Go back! Oh, I love him. I want to kiss them so bad. It's actually making me... Please. Juliet glances our way. Sorry. It just dawned on me I have no money to commission them kissing. That was legit what that was. I was so sad for 2 seconds. It's okay. It'll push me to get another job. I have to see them kiss. It is the now kiss meme. It's literally that. Julia glances our way and yells an apology. I'm so normal, guys. It's insane. Okay, you're joking, but like, if I couldn't make my visual novels, there's no way I would even work. I would just give up. I'd just be like, it's fine. I don't... Eating... Nah, I need to eat. He shakes his head with a laugh. Smooth. He nudges his shoulder against mine, grinning. Speakers and mic, working. We wrap for the day. The instrument equipment is tested by another volunteers who have more experience in that field. I'll see you at the festival? Who needs to eat anyway? Exactly. You only need 2D people kissing. Speaking of, my BL anime came out like 2 days ago and I still haven't watched the new episode. So after stream, I'm going to be watching the new episode because I keep pushing it off. Literally just ate in the BL. I need to eat again. She catches us just as we're leaving. Wouldn't miss it. Thank you again. Love the poster. Do you really? She waves goodbye and the three of us walk back through Cowick Bay's Main Street. Oh my gosh. Oh, I was worried. I thought it was just my, again, reading comprehension came back. And I thought it was just these two. And I was like, don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. I can't do it. Ah! But I don't have to. Buy panic for no reason. Walking between them, it's easy to reach out with both hands. That's why we have 2 hands, bitches. That's why they were made. Melanie takes mine right away, beaming as she interlocks her fingers. Her hand is warm and comforting in my own. Taylor takes a moment glancing up at me as to make sure it's okay. He slips his hand into my own and glances away to look at the ocean. I still catch a glimpse of his smile. The summer day comes to a close and I make my way back to the Seaside Inn to help Aunt Jody with our guests. Aunt Jody, I brought my babes! The day blends in a comfortable summer haze. Aunt Jody works the Seaside Inn, tending to guests, making breakfast and changing beds, and the next week we go through a lot of check-ins and check-outs as people flock to Colic Bay to enjoy their summer vacation. I recommend lighthouse tours, hiking trails, and boat rides. Jody drives to large towns to pick up things we need and sends me into town to get groceries. It's hard work sometimes, especially when we flip the house for our next guest. It's good money, though. The end of season is only a couple of weeks away, and people are squeezing in their vacations before it's over. I stay in contact with Taylor and Melanie. I get photos from Melanie that she's taken around town, and Taylor checks in on my day. It's been a long day, and it's only the afternoon. We checked out the guests and have spent the past few hours cleaning the house. They left a lot of crumbs in the bedroom, so I've tackled it with a vacuum cleaner. As I'm finishing up, I get a text from Melanie asking me to meet her at the edge of town. And we sprint out of there. I walk along the side of the road, away from the ocean and Colic Bay. It's the same path I took when I first came in. Ooh. Forest date with Bay. We're in our twilight. The trees reach high to the sky, and the scent of the forest thick as I get closer to the edge. I see her standing there, head tilted back as she stares up at the tree. A squirrel runs down the trunk and vanishes into the underbrush. This is my favorite place in town. She's still staring up, and I look with her. The wind picks up, ruffling her hair. She brushes it out of her face. I prefer the beach. I prefer town. I like it here, too. I kind of prefer the beach a little bit, I'm going to be honest with you. There's too many bugs in here. This is the Pacific Northwest, like Twilight. This is way better. Even as a Twilight fan, I like being by the water. I love the sound of the waves against the shore. She nods. I thought I would too, but it's so different here. It's so peaceful. I like seeing everything and everyone in town, but it's nice to get a break. There's nothing like this underwater. Just listen. I close my eyes and listen to the wind and the birds. Unremarkable to someone who spent their whole life on land, but Melanie is fascinated. Do you miss the water? She's quiet for a moment, the tall grass brushing against her ankles. Not as much as I thought I would. She crosses her arms and faces me. My family was encouraging me because there's been many others in our pod who love their time on shore. But the expectation was that I would come back after summer ended as the pod moved south again. Do you want to go back? I'm not sure. She scuffs the ground with her foot, stretches out her leg in front of her and admires it. I love it here, everything about it. Being on land is nice. Do you like the people? Do you like the floors? Does that include the people? Yeah, everyone has been really nice. She tilts her head, giving me a curious glance. But you meant a specific person, right? Or specific people? Well, just if there's someone who made your time here extra special. I think there could be someone that makes the draw to stay on land much stronger. I like them too. You've made my summer special too. Just one person? Okay, literally took the words out of my mouth. Feels good. Just the one someone? She laughs, hair falling to the side. Yo, Melanie's living her best life. Imagine leaving your pod for the first time. You go on land and you get, like, 2 babes straight out the gate. Like, straight out. As she deserves. I think I got lucky. I met 2 people who were so willing to spend their summer with me. It's easy to be so willing when it's you. She gives me a soft smile and falls quiet. Melanie is for real leading her best life. This is what I manifest this for anybody else leaving their hometown and going to like a new country. I hope you find 2 babes immediately. Yeah, I love the people here. I wanted a chance to see what it was like to stay in the same place. We're travelers. We follow the currents and where the waves take us. Maybe one day I could stop and find a place to live forever, but for now, there's so much more to see out there. If I go back to my pod, I don't know when I'll have the chance to see them again, with us on the move so frequently. We've only just begun. Why stop now? But then I'd be leaving my family and everything I've ever known. Am I ready to do it all on my own? She tugs on the end of her hair and stares up at the trees again. But I've looked it up. Taylor lets me use the computer at Castaway, and I found all these routes that pass through amazing locations. I travel across the country and see all the cities and landmarks. Like a road trip? She nods. I've never been that far from the ocean. You said that people from your pod made lives on land. They did, but we never saw them again. The longer we're out of the ocean, the easier it is to lose ourselves. My dad told me growing up that if you spent too much time on land, your legs would never turn back. Is that true, though? And my parents told me that if I kept making weird faces, it would get stuck like that. I doubt it's true, but the call back to the ocean subsides the longer we're on land. A short visit like my pod does is fine, but this? I guess I'm worried. I'm not really ready to give up everything yet. I just don't know what to do. The end of summer is getting close every day. It's not over yet. Just take each day as it comes. She looks back at me. Yeah, no, you're right. I'll be staying long enough to see the Oceanfront Music Fest at least. Save here, make a save. Okay. I'm scared, but I'll do it. What would you do, Florence, if you were in my position? Oh. I feel like Florence is a traveler. I feel like we could do some travel and tales. I travel across the country. I travel and see the sights while I could. She nods and digests that. Thanks for coming to see me. I just wanted to spend time with you in my favorite place. I didn't mean to get so deep. That's okay. It's good to talk about it. She beams at me and begins to walk deeper into the forest. I follow. The forest is alive with the sounds of birds, and I have to brush away a few flying bugs. Melanie is unbothered as we navigate through tree roots and the unsteady forest floor. I'm scared. We're gonna get a bad end. She leads me further, where there's an old, rotting wooden bridge over a small pond. She steps across it, stopping in the center. I found this when I went exploring. I wanted to show you. She traces her hand across the old wood. It's been abandoned and unmaintained for who knows how long. Florence, I don't know what my future holds, but I'm glad I get to spend the summer with you. I join her on the bridge, worried it might crack beneath our feet. It holds steady and we take in the forest together. And she's right, it's peaceful. A few days later, Aunt Jody and I just finished eating dinner. She ordered takeout in the town over and brought it here. I just started the dishes as she's in the living room on her laptop. Oh, I glance over. What's wrong? We have a cancellation for Tuesday. I pile the dishes into the sink and turn on the tap. Did they say why? We had one other cancellation earlier in the summer with the same little warning. It's not a fun surprise, but it happens. Yeah, they mentioned bad weather. She looks up at the clock and grabs the remote. The TV flips on and she turns on the news. And if we look at the 7-day forecast, you can see that we have a thunderstorm approaching. It will start around Tuesday evening, and will continue throughout the night. The rain should stop by Wednesday evening, but we recommend that you stay indoors during the storm. We're looking at high winds and rough seas. Remember to stay safe. And as for the rest of the week, there's a daytime high on 18 degrees on Thursday. Jody, that's how you know that it's in Canada too. 18 degrees Celsius. Yeah. Jody mutes and sits back on the couch. Well, you have the next 2 days off. She gets to her feet and drags a hand down her face. I'm going to bed and enjoy sleeping in. I finish loading the dishwasher and get it running before wishing her good night. It's overcast the next day, but not raining yet. I take my chance to enjoy the day while it's still nice. I get some fresh air and head out. Cowwick Bay is quiet. The clouds make it gloomy and cold. Usually the wind is refreshing, but it sends a chill through me and I zip up my jacket tightly. I head to the edge of the pier and listen to the waves. I text Taylor to ask if he's busy. Technically yes, but there hasn't been a single customer all day. Meet me at the pier? He texts back a thumbs up and not the thumbs up. And only a few minutes later I hear footsteps at the wooden dock. He sits beside me and I think back to my first day here when I first met Melanie in the same spot. What's up? I turn to him with a shrug. I guess canceled, so I have some free time. I thought I'd enjoy the day before it starts to storm. He cards his fingers through his hair. Not looking forward to that. You said you were scared of storms as a kid, right? I still don't like them. I need to buy noise-canceling headphones or something. I could never sleep during a storm. Yo, me? Your girl doesn't like storms very much either. I looked forward to storms because I slept so well with the rain on the roof. He glances out at the ocean. It's okay, Taylor. We'll keep you safe. And by we, I mean Florence. He glances out at the ocean, legs dangling off the pier. I couldn't have done this earlier. Sit on the pier? I couldn't swim. I was scared of the water. But you vacation by the ocean? Well, I didn't choose the location. He laughs and splashes water up. I still don't love the idea of deep water. Who knows what's out there? When I told Melanie, she started telling me stories about sea monsters lurking in the depths. I can't tell if she was kidding. They're definitely sea monsters. She's joking because she likes you. Okay, not us exposing her. But also I'm going to do it because it says flirt. She's just bugging you because she likes you. He laughs and bumps his shoulder against mine. Yeah, you think so? I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't what? Bug me or like me? Yes. Like you. His smile falters as he hears the sincerity in my voice. It's so easy. Both she and I feel it. You're sweet. But he laughs and shakes his head. I look out at the gray skies above the water. The horizon, that stretches further than I can see. So Nicole didn't mind you taking off from the Castaway? Nah, she's been real leading it. I think she's just happy to have someone cover her shifts. Honestly, I wouldn't mind working with her for the rest of my life. Won't you be going to university? Yeah. He splashes the water with his foot and stares out at the ocean. I don't know. I wanted to take time and figure out what I want. That's why I came to Cowwick Bay by myself. I like having the time off, so why would I want to jump back into school? Do you really want to sit around Castaway and wait for customer all day? When we hung out there, you just talked about how bored you were. He rubs the back of his neck and sighs. Yeah, you're right. And environmentalism is my dream. I want to make a difference, you know? I just don't know if I'm ready. He poses it like a question and stares down at his hands. I've bounced between interests all my life. I take one course on this, learn a few skills on that, but I can never commit to one thing. A jack of all trades? Yeah, but not even. I'd fall out of practice and then the whole thing would be a waste. I guess I'm just worried I'm not ready for the next step in my life. It's a big commitment. What if I'm just not ready now? Like, Melanie brought up all those road trip plans. I got thinking, what if I took another year to travel before I don't have any more time? Then I was wondering if I should have traveled this summer instead of staying here. Oh, also save here, God. I'm so scared. Okay. But there are too many things I would have missed out on. Like enjoying Comic Bay, like the people you met. Well, again, we're flirting, sorry. If the flirt is like the bad option one time, I'm just gonna get the bad option because it's just like, I'm simple. We wouldn't have met. And that makes it worth it to me. He turns closer and places a hand on my arm. Florence, you made this summer a great one for me. The wind picks up and runs through us. It's getting colder out. Taylor shifts his arm to wrap around my shoulders and tug me close. Heat radiates off of him, chasing off the cold. He's lost in thought, the wind blowing through his hair. I just don't want summer to end. Once it does, everything becomes real. You got a good head on your shoulders. Bad and flirt too much. Yo, if a game ever does implement that, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Like, and I'd happily just let it happen because it's just like, I can't fight my nature, guys. And I won't. You've got a good head on your shoulders. What do you think I should do? Well, I'm gonna say travel so that we could just all travel together. Traveler and Tale Part 2. Nah, don't go to university. That's a waste of time. On a real note, I do, not that going to school is a waste of time for y'all going to school, but for some people, sometimes the best thing that you could do is just learn by just doing and just going, and I'm one of those people for sure. Like, school is not for me. You still have time. Do all the things you want to do before jumping into school and work. He nods and just listens. But you should do what's best for you. Yeah, just trying to understand what that is. I feel something hit my face and I glance up. The clouds have darkened and it's starting to rain. Taylor helps me to my feet, glancing skyward. Shit, we should go before it starts to pour. We jog across the pier to the main street. We part ways as he heads to Castaway, and I head back to the Seaside Inn before I get soaked. Sometimes you just need a flirt. You just gotta. The sky gets darker as the rain continues. Aunt Jody and I cover the furniture in the backyard and pull other things inside or into the shed. The hood of my jacket is pulled up as the rain pours harder. The first rumble of thunder comes early in the evening. Jody puts on the news to keep up with the weather report. It tracks the path of the storm and what's happening in other areas nearby. The screen flashes the images of drenching rain and lightning splitting the sky. Storms didn't bother me as a kid, and now... Still not bothered. Nah, Florence is chill. It hasn't changed, and I doubt it ever will. The poor reporter is out in the deluge. Her bright pink raincoat flaps in the wind as she gives a report. I like that she has a pink raincoat. Aunt Jody makes us both tea, and she sits nursing the cup. The reporter speaks about people stubbornly going out in the weather. Behind her, there is still activity as people go in and out of a supermarket, the fluorescent lights within a beacon in the storm. Sounds about right. It cuts to a shot to the ocean, the waves high and turbulent. I wonder if Melanie is okay, if she's safe and on land. Then Taylor is still holding his own fears. I send them both a quick text to ask how they're doing. I'm at the general store. The owner let me stay inside. I think I'll grow a tail if I go out. It's raining so hard. She sends a little mermaid emoji, followed by several rain clouds, so I assume she's okay. Castaway is closed. I'm bunkered inside. Nicole went home. Jody turns up the TV as it shows a map of our area. We're seeing power outages across the shoreline and further inland. You can see right along in the strip here. Here are some tips on what to do if it hits you. The screen flashes to a list of supplies and things to do before a power outage. Not helpful for those who already have their power out. Another rumble of thunder rolls through, still far enough in the distance. Your friends okay? Staying somewhere dry, I hope. They're both in town. They're safe. I think it's only getting worse. If you want to invite them from here to wait out of the storm, I'm alright with that. She gets to her feet and looks around. I'm gonna find our flashlights. I've grown close enough to both of them over the summer. Yeah! Don't invite anyone over. Invite them both over. Wait, I gotta pee real fast. I'll be right back. Let me do that and then mute my mic. And we back. This music is like oddly very, very ominous. And yeah, I just went behind my green screen, so it makes it look like I like disappeared. I dissolved. Oh no. If only. This summer in Cowick Bay would have been the same without them. I text them both to ask if they want to come over. They text back quickly that they're on their way. They're like, yes. I perch at the window watching as the rain falls. I hope they make it before it gets worse. As the thunder rumbles in the distance, two figures walk up the road. I jump to unlock the door, letting it blast at the cold wind. Melanie has Taylor's raincoat above her head. Oh! She holds on an umbrella over both their heads. You alright? It's just a bit of water. She shivers dramatically, sending droplets flying. I'm used to it. Aunt Jody returns holding flashlights and towels. She hands the latter out. Glad to see you both. The news said it's only getting worse, so you're welcome to stay. Thanks, Jody. She hands me a flashlight and goes back up to the TV. Melanie and Taylor towel off while I pour 2 more cups of tea. We take a seat at the kitchen table, rain pouring down the window. The sky lights up in a flash of lightning and there's a crack of thunder. Taylor jumps, rattling the table. I reach for him instinctively, taking his hand. Oh! Sorry. Melanie places her hand on his shoulder. It's okay. Don't be sorry. He gives me a grateful smile. The low drone of commercial plays from the TV before it cuts in and out. Another flash of lightning illuminates the face of my friends as the thunder hits. The entire house shakes. Taylor's grip on my hand squeezes tight. And everything goes black. I hear Melanie's sharp intake of breath as I fumble for the flashlight. My eyes are barely adjusted to the darkness, needing to feel for the switch. The beam hits me directly in the eyes and I curse, squeezing them shut. Without the sound of the TV, the storm becomes louder. Wind howls and everything not tied down clatters and scrapes against the deck outside. Raindrops pound on the roof as another rumble of the thunder rolls by. Shit, what now? Another light appears from the living room as Jody navigates over. Everyone okay? Do you need anything? Have you eaten yet? Getting sounds of agreement, she lets out a relieved sigh. If you do anything, let me know. If you do need anything, let me know. You can stay here tonight. We have the guest rooms made up. You don't worry about a thing, okay? They both thank her as she keeps the flashlight illuminated on the 3 of us. You should head upstairs. There are lots of things to trip on down here. You don't need help with anything? I shine my flashlight at her and she gives me a patient smile. I'm fine. I smile at her gratefully and get out of my seat. Wielding the flashlight, I scan the room and head for the stairs. Reaching out behind me, Melanie takes my hand and Taylor takes her other one. I lead them through the dark, navigating around anything that might hurt themselves on. The rain pounds on the roof as we reach my room. I kick aside my bag to clear a path and close the door behind us. We sit on my bed and Melanie looks around. I like your room. You can see it? I move the flashlight across the walls. Now that my eyes have adjusted, it's not so different from deep underwater. The light catches across my eyes and they shine reflectively like a cat's in the dark. Ooh! I set the flashlight on the bed, the light moving every time we shift. Thunder shakes the house and Taylor grabs our hands. I rub the back of his hand with my thumb in comfort. Melanie sits on his other side and brushes a lock of hair from his face. Thank you for asking us to come here. You don't want to stay in town during the storm? I'd much rather be with you. Same. My arm winds around Taylor's waist, and she places her hand on my knee. He leans into her, resting his head against hers as he shuts his eyes. He hasn't let go of my hand, and his pulse beats rapidly. Whether from fear or something else, I can't tell. Yo, fear and, overcome with emotion. And as the rain pours down outside, I'm glad I'm here, safe and dry, and mostly important, with them. Okay. It looked a little bit more ominous. She brushes her thumb against my cheek and tilts my chin up. Oh! Guys! Oh! I'm so nervous! Okay, see... I'm so nervous. What do you want, Florence? Not the Wonderland coming back, but also... she's gonna eat you now. It's okay, she can. She can, it's okay. Both of you, if you'll have me. No, Florence being like, okay. She kisses me. Her lips imagine if Aunt Jody walks in right now. Okay. Flying against mine. Her fingers curl around the back of my neck, and I'm lightheaded as she pulls away. I'm lightheaded right now. Even with the storm raging outside, when Taylor looks at me, there's not a hint of fear in his eyes. That only makes one of us. Storms might not scare us, but 2 cuties do. If we'll have you, as if that were ever in the question. We told her. Still holding my hand, he kisses my forehead, my cheek, and then my lips. Guys. He bumps his shoulder against mine and can't stop smiling. He leans into Melanie, who threads her fingers through his hair and kisses him. The three of us lie back in bed. I stare up at the dark ceiling. The storm dulled over my tongue tied. Dulled over my own beating heart. How lucky am I that I found two people in the summer to fall for? I reach for them, soaking in the bliss. How lucky are we? Hell yeah! Luck of the Irish right here. Florence is now Irish. Invite them to sleep in my room, say goodnight. I mean, what? Don't worry about me, guys. Don't look at me. I kiss Taylor, then Melanie, and relish in the feelings. You can stay here tonight. I trace my fingertips across his arm. I don't want to be away from you. I'm sure they don't want to be away from us either. I mean, it's scary. I can't say no to that. Me neither. He kisses me until my back hits the mattress. His hair dangles in front of his eyes, and I sweep it back. Guys, to be a fly on the wall right now. Like, I know we're flies on the wall, but to be a fly on the wall, you know what I mean? He comes up for air, grinning like a fool. Melanie lies across the bed, propped up on her elbows. Guys. I'm like... Woo! I'm spinning! I'm grinning like a fool! Huh? I go to her all too willingly. Yeah, you could say that again. And she wraps her arms around me to kiss me again, her legs entangled with mine. Taylor lies on the other side as we curl up together, his head tucked into my shoulder, her arm around my waist, our bodies lives and intertwined. And lives intertwined. I whisper goodnight, the patter of rain hitting the roof. It's nice to cuddle up with them and fall asleep together. Florence the sandwich. Despite my giddiness and the storm, I sleep quickly that night. Yeah, for sure. Sleeping good at night. It is. Like, you're actually seeing me, like, kind of shut down a little bit. Whoo! Lordy! Lord of mercy. That was a... Wow. Wow. Yeah. My throat went dry. Oof. Okay, I woke up in a warm embrace. My eyes are heavy and blurred with sleep. Rain drips down the window pane, but it's quiet except for the birds chirping. The storm has passed. Also, what a great setup for like a first kiss scene. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. The pacing? Top tier. Melanie is wrapped tight around me, her hair spread across the pillow. On my other side, Taylor is tucked up against me, looking peacefully as he sleeps. I'm reeling from last night and try to get up without disturbing them. Melanie wakes up immediately. She does seem like a light sleeper. Good morning. She greets me through a yawn, brushing hair out of her face. Go back to sleep. I'm gonna make breakfast. She nods and gives me a sleepy smile. Aww. She rolls over and grabs Taylor, who cuddles up in her arms even in his sleep. I'm gonna cry! I can't. It's too cute. I'm gonna eat my own arm. I creep downstairs and notice that the lights are on. The stove is sizzling in the kitchen. Aunt Jody is up and the table is set with 4 plates. She glances over her shoulder, scrambling eggs. Morning, sleep well? How are you friends doing? Friends. We all slept well. Thank you for letting me stay here. Letting them stay here. Hey, you're helping me, but this is your house too. I know you're always busy with the Seaside Inn, but you're allowed to have them over when it's our home and not a business. Friends. I do this to all my friends. Do you need help with breakfast? I've got it. Why don't you ask them to come down for breakfast? I get them, and they're both up and ready now. We head back down together, and Jody has taken her plate and is eating on the couch. The table is left for us. We enjoy breakfast, and they thank her for making it. Once the rain clears, they say goodbye. I kiss them both at the door, watch them go. I help Jody clear the plates and start to prepare for our guests tomorrow. I'm glad you found Melanie and Taylor. They're both very sweet. I'm really happy. And that's the best thing you can be. She gives him an affectionate smile as we go back to cleaning up. After the storm, things return to normal. We uncover the patio furniture and shake out the puddles of water they have gathered. We spent the afternoon checking everything connected to the power to make sure nothing was left out. We do a clean sweep of the place to make sure it's ready for guests tomorrow. Just before sundown, I'm sent on an emergency grocery run. We're out of eggs and a few other things. It's almost closing time, but the grocer sits patiently as I do my shopping as fast as possible. Over the next few days, I'm kept busy with tending to guests and keeping things running smoothly. Taylor, Melanie, and I have a group chat, which I text in my free time. One night, while the guests were out, we had a long phone call. I could talk to them for hours. Jody had pounded on my door to let me know that the guests were back and I had to say goodbye. Oh. After the guest departure, we needed to turn over the house again. I'm so used to the work that I could do it in my sleep now. Washing dishes, changing sheets, throwing out garbage. There's a constant checklist in my mind. We're booked up until the end of the summer, and Jody reviews the website to make sure there are no more surprise cancellations. Huh. Good huh or bad huh? A confused one. One of the names sounds familiar. Do we know Emerson Davis? Is that the person who's gonna be performing at the music festival? We're gonna have a fucking celebrity in here? Oh my gosh. The musician? They're headlining in the Ocean Front Music Fest. She snaps her fingers and nods. That's where I know them from. They booked the days around the festival. Wow! We're so cool! We're living our best life. I glance over her shoulder at her laptop. I can't believe they want to stay here. Why not? We have good reviews. We'll just make sure their stay goes flawlessly. I feel nervous under the pressure. I rise to the challenge. Let's rise to the challenge. We're feeling good. We're feeling confident. And also saving. Yeah, they'll be worried about everything else. We'll handle their stay from there. That's the spirit. We finish cleaning the house and head in for an early night. A few days later, on checkout today, I get a text. It's Taylor in the group chat. There's a bonfire at the beach tonight. We should go. That sounds fun. Of course I'll be there. I ask Aunt Jody if I have the night off or if she needs my help. As long as we're finished before then yeah, have fun. I text back and promise to make it. The rest of the day, I work extra hard to finish everything early so I won't leave Jody in her lurch. As it's getting late, I get ready for the outing tonight. I pull on something comfortable that I don't mind getting sand on. Just as the sun is setting, I leave the Seaside Inn. The sun gets right in my eyes as I walk. I head to the beach and there are several others crowded around. The sun sets over the water as locals set up bonfire. It's crackling already. Sparkles fly off and mix with the sand. There are barbecues set up, drifting smoke skyward as people hand out food and drinks. There's a speaker playing, pumping music. It's a small crowd, but Cowick Bay is a small town. Most of the people are local or long-term vacationers. Melanie greets me as I reach the sand and grabs my hand to lead me to a beach blanket. Everyone is in such good spirits. There's plenty of laughter and chatter all around us, a party atmosphere. My family participated in human festivals when we traveled close to the island shores. I have a lot of good memories. I think it's why I wanted to experience life ashore. She glances wistfully out on the ocean, watching the waves lap up against the shore. I'll miss them when I leave to travel. Oh, she's decided? Okay. Would anyone in your family come with you? She shakes her head. Either no interest or they've already taken a journey on land and wouldn't want to again. She turns away from the ocean and back to the party, stretching out on the blanket. I'm sure they miss you too. She pulls me in close and brushes her lips against mine. It's simple and sweet, but she has trouble pulling away from me. Tonight I'm happy right where I am. Same. You're not gonna go anywhere. Her eyes slide over to Taylor, who's been tending one of the barbecues and chats with some of the others. As if sensing our gazes, he looks over and flashes a smile. I get up and brush sand from my lap and head to him. He uses my arrival to exit his conversation and sidles next to me giddily. There's a cedar plank. Shy. I'm just gonna oh, my flower pillow. Hello. Of course I have a flower pillow. Why wouldn't I? I have 3. That's a cedar plank on the barbecue as he makes salmon. Oh, sounds so good. Across the way, there's another I'm so hungry. Handing out meat and veggie kebabs. Do you need help over there? He winks at me, brushes down the salmon with maple syrup. Yes! It sounds so good! Oh, the flower pillow is so cute. So on brand for you. Of course. Of course. Thank you. You know what? Actually, let me show you one thing. Since I remembered. So so in where I am right now, my office, I have a green screen. Cause where I am sucks in terms of a background. But I actually have a spare room, like my office. I just don't want to move my PC over there because I just don't want to. I guess that's really just what it boils down to. I don't want to. So I took a picture of my office to use as my background. And this is my real office. Give me a second. I just gotta make it smaller. Oh, wait 1 second. Let me move it up. Okay, there we go. I'll just show it real fast over here. So this is my real office, or at least one part of it, and it's quite adorable. This is what my actual like setup and stuff, like pastel pink flowers everywhere. Like you could really like take it in. Bunch of my stuffed animals and shit. And this is only one part of it. There's another part of it too that's pretty cute. It's just a little messy at the moment. So I was gonna use it as my background for my green screen because I was like, oh yeah, you know. So it's like I'm in my room even though I'm not, you know. And yet I have a lot of plushies. I have way too many. I paint a lot, so these are my 2 paintings that I made up here. Oh, you can't see my cursor, but there's a yellow painting on the right, and then there's like a pink painting up there towards the top. Bottom right corner as well. I might need a better image as well. And then there's my cat down there. Do I move it up? Yes. And then I have my little flower table that I assembled myself. I'm very proud of it. I got a flower rug there. I got a bunch of nonsense. All my notebooks. That's only half of my notebooks. I have way more than that. It's kind of a mess. I'll probably have to take some other pictures, but I have a really cute setup, and there's actually really great lighting in there. It's just I like keeping my PC in my room that I sleep in. Okay. So let me move that back down where it's supposed to be and move it over. There we go. How did we get on that topic? Oh, the flower pillow, and that's why you can see my little yellow flower pillow in there. And now it's like I'm in my room, even though I'm not. And yes, I have a Chopper plushie. Yeah. I have a lot of like. I also have like a Danganronpa plushie. I have Monami from Danganronpa 2, and she's like the bunny girl. She's very cute. Bunny bear, I should say. He winks at me, brushing down the salmon with maple syrup. Our man, right here. I'm all good here. Mom used to make this growing up, so the process is burned in my memory. I don't mind the company. He bumps his shoulder against mine as he watches the grill, and we just fall into the fire. Oh, there are drinks in the cooler if you want any. I'm nearly finished here. I look into the cooler to assess my options. Beer, soda, vodka soda, water. We're gonna just go over water this time. I'm a juice girl or a water. That's it. It's water or juice for me. Even though I had chocolate milk earlier. But you know what I mean. Like on average. I grab a bottle of water that's kept ice cold. With my drink, I sit with Melanie. Taylor comes over and we grab food and enjoy the bonfire. The scent of smoke is thick, but then there's a good breeze to keep it off of us. The last rays of sun scatter across the ocean, and the fire keeps us warm as it gets darker. Taylor takes out another blanket and drapes it over our shoulders. It's a tight fit, but I'm not complaining about getting to cuddle with my partners. Warm enough? No. He wraps his arm around me and sneaks a kiss on my cheek. Scandalous! Oh, they're so cute! The music is cranked and people are getting up to dance. And Melanie jumps up and grabs my hand. She laughs as she pulls us into a circle. Her head tilted back. Look at them! I'm gonna cry. We're so lucky. Look at us. And then I could just slide us in the picture here. We're also here, guys. Don't worry about it. We were here the whole time. We're here. Don't worry. Scandalous. They're so cute. Everybody. Stop. The music is The music is mixed up of modern and classic hits of past summers. There's a memory that flashes by when one song starts playing Wonderwall. No, I'm joking. Listening to it on the car radio as my family drove away from Comic Bay so many years ago. Oh, we take turns doing partner dance moves, and Taylor pulls off an impressive spin with Melanie. Wow. I enjoy dancing. I don't enjoy it. We enjoy dancing. Florence be busting a move. Melanie spins right to me and sweeps me off my feet. There's a lot of laughter as we dance together, fast and slow, kicking up sand. We're lost in our own world. I can't see anything but the two of them. As the music fades to a comfortable volume again, s'mores are handed out. Yes! Melanie is eager to try it as Taylor brings them over. Also, if you love s'mores and you like savory sweet, I would recommend putting bacon in your s'mores as well. That was something my church youth group used to do when I was a kid. And it's the most southern thing ever, too. The sun finally vanishes below the horizon, and darkness settles over the beach. Ooh, bacon s'more. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Especially if you do like a candied bacon thing. I think that'd be slightly better as well. Melanie snaps a photo and takes a couple of us. We lie back on the blanket together, and with the other one thrown over top. I have so many memories at Kawick Bay. I'm glad I have this one too. And sitting with them both at the beach, we watch the sunset, and I'm happy. Are we? Oh God. Oh, are we about to get into the festival? Is that like the next part coming up? Because I think I might stop it here and save it for next week's stream. Because I'm getting a little tired and mostly hungry. I'm so hungry right now. Yes, festival next. That feels. We got a kiss. We got a kiss, dog. Holy shit! So much happened. I'm thriving. Florence is living their best life. I'm living my best life. I'm so happy for them. All of them. They're so cute together. It's like, I can't even imagine anybody else. I gotta kiss. That kiss scene? I can't remember the last time I was that fucking flustered at a kiss scene. I was like losing my mind. I think it was because there was like two of them. So like, I was dealing with the feelings of liking them both. Like I felt that. I felt that so strong. Why is polyamory not more common in fucking visual novels? Come on. Like, do it. That was my macro again, my bad. That was a little scary. The poly kisses hit different. For real. For real. Like I'm turning into mush. Like what? Whew. Lord. Okay. Wow, what a day. So we had Phaedra earlier. We have poly kisses later. We're all on the spectrum. I knew today was going to be a little bit wild in terms of a stream, but it went super well. I'm so glad we had such a great time. I'm very happy. So let me do my end screen stuff like I always do. Not that. Go away. It's not time yet. Go get lost. Okay, so let's leave the background music on. Okay, so. And of course, I meant to play it last night. I should have played it last night, but I was in a place, so it's all good. Don't worry about it. So we don't have a schedule really. A lot of this schedule will be rolled over for next week, so I'll still keep it. So I won't be streaming tomorrow. I mean, well, maybe. I don't know. See, this schedule was based off the fact that I worked, and I don't work anymore, so I technically could stream more. We'll see. So it might be a little, like, just keep your eyes and ears out for the schedule as the week goes by. But I'm going to try to stick to my regular schedule, so that way it's not too thrown off. But I'm going to be chilling for the next couple of days, not streaming. Sorry about the Lord of Lies thing. I just was not in the mood to deal with that today at all. So I was like, let's just play my friends' games instead. And that was definitely the better option of the two. So we'll be back with Quaint on Tuesday, playing more of that. We're in part 2, and we are having a fucking... Oh my gosh, the last stream was insane. That game is insane in the best way. Like, holy shit, makes me feel so many emotions. Such a good game. Such a good game. Such a good time. Definitely come out. It'll be at 11 a.m. CST, just like today's stream was. So come drop by. Good time. Then I'll be resting again, and then playing more. Our Wonderland Arc 5, which Arc 5... Oh my god. Arc 5 is fucking insane too. But we're in it, you know. And we now know when the finale is going to be. Released on April 5th, so I'm trying to get just caught up before then, basically, which I should be able to. Even doing it once a week, I think I'll be able to. But if I can't, I'll definitely squeeze it in so I'm able to, because I want to be one of the first motherfuckers that plays it. Okay? I'm so excited. And then there's going to be one more stream, I'm assuming, of Seaside in next week. And then we'll probably even finish early and then start maybe the next game of Grays. Who knows? Who knows? Just keep an ear out, keep an eye out. It's gonna be a good time. And then I might come back with Lord of Lies next week. Who fucking knows? We'll decide. Saturday is kind of a free slot in my head anyway. If I want to replace Saturday with something, then I will. But gosh, what a great time today. So glad I was able to play it during the day. Definitely feels more fitting for during the day than at night, but you know, whatever, it's fine. Listen to your stream when I study splash art. Oh, that's so sweet, Nike. I hope it was a good time. I hope for anybody who was lurking, that it was a good time and they were like laughing and having a good time. Because that's what the streams are about. I've heard from a couple people that they listen to the streams while they do other things, and I genuinely find that very flattering because I listen to a lot of other things while I do things, like when I code or when I write or when I draw or whatever. So it feels good to be able to do that for somebody else, especially since I wasn't in the best mood yesterday, and I wasn't even in the best mood when I woke up this morning, but I'm in a much better mood now. Like, I think things are gonna be fine, you know. I was in a bit of a slump, so I'm glad that that didn't come through during the stream too much, and that I was able to kind of feel better by proxy of playing the games. I think that helps a lot too. And talking to my friends, as always. Like, that's probably the best part about streaming, is just hanging out with you guys and talking to y'all. Like, genuinely. It's freaking hard, I can only imagine. You've got this. If anybody could do it, it's you. Don't worry. But I'm feeling very hopeful, and things are good. But let me plug the last couple things that I need to plug. So, yesterday, Chat Sim started. Chat Sim Jam has officially begun. It started March 15th, and it's going all the way till May 15th, okay? So it's going to be a good old time. If you want to make a Chat Sim, it is not too late. You can still start. Jam started yesterday. Today is a new day. And all the submissions to Chat Sim that follow the rule, like, that aren't NSFW, I will be playing on stream when the time comes to play them. So there's an extra incentive there if you ever needed one. If that is even something we're looking forward to, but you know what I mean. Next is I also have another jam coming up later this year, which a little bit more notice. July 31st all the way through October 31st. I'm running it with Snacks and Lacey, and it's Josei After Dark. So it is a NSFW jam targeted towards women specifically, and it's not going to be a No Nut November. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You didn't hear it from me. Okay? It's gonna be a good time. Also, Chat Sim Jam is ran by Max and Rotten Teeth, as well as me. My apologies for that. And that's pretty much it in terms of what I had to announce and plug. Also, I make games. If you guys haven't played my games, maybe consider playing my games. I don't know. I mean, it's just up to you, really. But I make them. And I am in the process of making a game for Otome Jam. I have announced that I am participating in Otome Jam this year, and I'm super excited to do so. So look forward to that in the next coming months, pretty soon-ish. So it's in development. We're going slowly but surely. But anyway, that's it from me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your time zone. Make sure to eat, sleep, relax, treat yourself well, create, have a good day, just generally, you know, just try to have the best day you can. And thank you for dropping by. You definitely made my day a little bit better, so if I could help with that too, then it was worth it. So have a good rest of your day, guys. Bye.